Hello and welcome everybody to yet another grand final of European Pro League, this time for Season 14. We are glad to be here. It is me, MJ Pinkman, and I am tuned by the man, the myth, the beast, Donut. How are you doing this great morning?
I'm doing fine. Just a little bit tired, but we're starting off with some great games, or with a great game. So we're about to get excited here pretty soon.
Yeah, really excited because on the one side, on the one corner, we got Preasy Esports, who are the defending champions. And mind you, back-to-back champions. Season 13, Preasy were the winners. Season 12, Preasy were also the winners. So they are looking to make history here at European Pro League by being back-to-back-to-back champions. No one has ever done that. And on the other corner, we got Sampi, who have won a title, but it was on the second division, and that was when they had a different roster, when they had Mattis. And Mattis, ever since he went to Fnatic, well, obviously the skill of the team went a bit low, of course, but they made a really good run, especially on the lower bracket. Now, Donut, what are your thoughts about these two teams and their runs on the playoffs?
Well, it's kind of cool that we actually have like a runner-upper for, or not a runner-upper, actually a defender, a title defender here against a new team that had a bit of problems on the lower bracket. We were watching some of their games. There were some questionable times, especially when I was actually watching their games against, I think it was Alliance. There were some hiccups here and there, especially with the gameplay that they had. In some moments, it looked like they had pretty much no idea what they were doing, but at some moments, they were actually doing so well that you wouldn't actually believe that they were on a lower bracket at all. But here we are at the one. So actually, they went against Permita, which is just a very good team. They won Mouse NXT 2-1, and after that, did actually win against Passion UA 2-1, which is one of those teams that were actually waiting or kind of maybe even thinking about being on a finals. But here we are, Sampi, found the route. Now the question is, can they actually give a good match against Preasy and maybe even win? Is that possible? Could we actually see a new winner here on EPL?
See, that's the interesting part, because you never know about these teams who are underdogs, essentially. Coming from the lower bracket, beating a lot of teams. You mentioned winning versus Permita is really good. And then they won against Mouse NXT and Passion UA as well, which might have been a bit unexpected. So they did beat the odds time and time again. And now they are up against Preasy Esports, who today, they don't have the Pre, they have the offer from the Astralis Talent. Or the Academy, rather. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, having a new winner would be really exciting. And one thing that I want to add is that Preasy, this is not a new thing to them. They are the defending champions. They are, like I mentioned, back-to-back champions of EPL, and they're looking to make it for a third time. So in my eyes, at least, it looks like that Sampi might be the team who is more hungry, or the hungrier squad, because
that's what I'm thinking about.
Here.
Yeah.
So that might actually drive them. What do you think about this?
Oh, let me actually give you a new narrative as well, because usually when you start winning something, you kind of want to defend it too. At the same time, you might actually get that hunger from that as well. So this could be actually one of those games where you have the new up-and-comer. He's excited, energy on the server, wants to do well, wants to win, doesn't actually even give a damn about the title, just wants to show their best against the best. But at the same time, you have Preasy on the server. Even with Dupree, I really think that they do feel the feels, especially when this is pretty much the only title that this team has with this roster. I think this is pretty much the only title that they have so far. They haven't really won anything else, so they definitely want to defend it.
Oh well, they did win a CCT event too, but yeah, for the moment.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No,
My bad.
It's fine.
Sorry, Preasy. No, I'm gonna actually apologize for that. So
when they
I didn't mean to put you down there.
Yeah, when they formed the roster, it was on August or something like that, that they did win a CCT online event. It was with a different roster at the time, but still. Preasy, they've been making strides, looking to break into that higher ranking seed, because currently they are ranked 36 in the world, and of course they want to go a bit deeper there. The highest they've been was ranked number 28, so even though it might not be, let's say, a tier 1 event, it's still, the victory is going to be very, very important, because you constantly want to build that confidence that, hey, you are a champion, you make those grand finals, you win those grand finals. But let's talk a little bit about Sampi, because they deserve to be talked about. First, they won versus Mouse NXT on the upper bracket, and then they lost 2-0 versus Passionate. But on that lower bracket run, I'm gonna be honest, like I mentioned, I didn't think they were going to win the match versus Permita, and then versus Mouse NXT, I thought they would struggle a bit more, and then versus Passion UA, they did show some great Counter-Strike, especially on the last map. They won 13-1, and we saw the Vita earlier. This is going to be exciting to watch. It's a best of 5 grand final, and Ancient will be the first map of the series. Now I'm gonna ask you, these first map are very, very important. Very rarely do we see a reverse sweep example. If a team goes 2-0, the chances of the other team winning the next 3 maps are very slim. So I'm gonna start rather with Ancient. Sampi, it's a strong map of theirs, but it is no stranger to Preasy as well. Do you think that if Preasy win Ancient, in my eyes, it could be a 3-0 if the first map goes for Preasy?
Yeah, at the moment I'm watching the stats. So Preasy pretty much 47% on 19 maps. Sampi, this barely usually see reverse sweeps after losing the first map, but it is possible. Of course, as long as you keep that mentality up there, I think Sampi can actually even come back from a loss. Of course, this will be their map pick, so they're not going to be thinking about that. They want to take the first map away as quickly as they can, and especially looking, like you did say, they had very tight games on the lower bracket. So that means that their mentality might actually be there. As long as they keep their heads cold, anything is possible.
Well, let's see, Preasy versus Sampi. Are we going to see a new champion, or is it just going to be another Tuesday for Preasy? And they're already getting proactive here on ramp, taking a lot of information. On the A defense, we've got Refresh sitting behind that smoke on Donut. And is he expecting for a flash? Yes, but the attack from Zetko is going to shy him away for a fight. So bomb should go down here without a problem from Sampi, but they're waiting on a reaction, tapping it for the first time. It will be a 5 versus 5 retake, and TMB starts off with the frag on Savannah, no bomb being planted, and we got a flank from Roy, and these smokes are fading. Sampi are in so much trouble, they only have Temple to work with, so they have to push out of this and fight, but look at Christo, ready for the kill on Zetko, and he is preparing himself for more, and he's not alone. TMB is with him. Mangus takes down Christo, looking for more, another kill found here by Savannah. Mangus also on Altex. The number is going in favor of Sampi. It was a 3 versus 5, but now it's a 2 versus 1. Only Roy.
They haven't even actually planted the bomb yet. For a second there, I was thinking about, like, why are they focusing so much on the A side, even without the bomb down? Now, full B side control, left in a 1 versus 2. If he actually manages to make this a 1 versus 1, that's exactly what's about to happen. There is still a possibility. With 30 seconds left on the clock, the only thing Roy pretty much has to do is just tap that bomb and pull out E-Live. Now, question. E-Live. He has to be reading this, especially against some of, well, a long-term veteran so far in the scene. And Roy pretty much has the idea right now. He's going to be pushing towards the pit, but already the time has been played out. Oh, it takes just a little bit too long. Even if he gets the kill, that is going to be the round for Sampi. Starting off well on their T side here on Ancient. There was a little bit of a hiccup there towards the A side push, getting a little bit confused at the end of the day. And here you can actually see the players on their LAN house. Everybody seems to be having some kind of a LAN house, own LAN house. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, and it really raises the productivity in the squad. You feel much more comfortable and confident when you have the entire squad at one place. And for Preasy, even though they have their own
that wall is cool from Christo.
Bootcamp headquarters on Denmark, they are not on the same place.
Yeah,
but Sampi starting off with a 3 versus 5 victory. Let's take a look at the second round because we got the force buy from Preasy. Alex takes down Zetko, but Phenon's going to respond with 2 for 1 and a third there. Actually, Mangus will see that one, but everything is okay for Sampi.
Yeah, this is a buy round from Preasy as well. For it to start like this, it's just a little bit of a question mark at the moment. It doesn't matter. Ball's up for the lane. So keeps Roy out of the push. That's just going to be a very nice scout kill coming in. Christo definitely showing the scout, well, pretty much the scope magic at the moment. Meanwhile, from the long, that's actually from the CT connector. That's going to be the second kill for him. It's going to be up to Roy to shut it down. I'm not entirely sure if he's been spotted already, especially with some damage being done. That's going to be Eli from the close angle. Drops him down and makes it a 1 versus 1. Now, Christo already with some very good kills. 2 underneath his belt. He needs to focus on the last one. Picking up that AK. for the donut fight, and it looks like Eli, he has the right idea. Once after the face, he clutches the round.
Oh my.
That comes very close. Yeah, very close, especially with the A-side push from him to shut it down with that, like that, with the scout pretty much. Nobody really pushing close to each other, going for the refrags. Sampi, they have had some couple of rounds that they get a little bit lucky here.
Yeah, and that read from the Eliv is so big, because usually you don't see the T's just stop there and wait for somebody to peek, but the Eliv had the read. And like you mentioned, Crystal has some incredible scout shots, but at the end, it was the Eliv to save Sampi.
A few taps from that USB. Well, they do a little bit damage and get a kill, but it's just going to be a farm around from those Mac 10s. Look at that. A lot of kills from them as well. I think that was 2,400. A bit of money.
Love to see it when the SMGs go out and get the kills. Getting closer and closer to that IWP.
It's always fun to see somebody else have a handle on their economy.
Yep. 3-0 start here for Sampi is going to feel pretty good. We talked a little bit about Ancient and how important it's going to be for Sampi, because if they lose this one, they are playing Inferno next, and Preasy are a really strong team on Inferno from what we've seen. But let's see what the first gun round has to offer.
Oh yeah, by the way, what's so great about the best of 5 that we actually might see some of the maps that usually get banned. Inferno is a map that a lot of these teams don't like to play, but Altex, meanwhile, the B defense working like a charm. That's going to be a double kill for him. Roy steps in with 1 with Christo and TMB from the close lane. That happened so fast. That was a very quick round.
Sampi tried to change the pace there, go for an early B hit, but Altex getting 2 kills was massive, and then the rotations arrived from mid as well to help with the push on Snake. And Sampi couldn't even get that bomb down. So that was pretty convincing for Preasy.
Yeah. Of course, sometimes those point rushes might be read at the start of the round, but of course, Sampi should have enough money for the next round. There's just a deagle lingering on the hands of Mangus, and to be honest, I'm a little bit afraid of these deagles now. We have been seeing some great shots throughout the tournament, but already Roy with Christo, they started off well again. That's going to be a double kill for both of them without actually losing a point of damage. That's not a good start.
Nope. It's not what you want to see from Sampi. You want to see them trades. Roy eliminates Fino. Now, the Eliv, he's got that bomb to work with. He gets the first frag, but he didn't expect the second player to be in the corner. And that is the bomb down. Preasy again shutting Sampi down early here.
Yeah, they're trying to scout the weaknesses at the moment, but what Preasy is actually finding is there for weaknesses right now. Every single time to try to go for the lane push, Roy is just pretty much shutting them down in TMB. There's starting to be a little bit of a trend here where they're starting to push the enemy from the backside pretty much every round. That might actually leave a little bit of a question lingering in your brain every time you try to go for either of the setups or some of the holds that somebody might be pushing. We actually might be seeing Sampi changing their T side just a little bit, maybe to cover TMB on the lurks. Same goes for Roy as well. So, let's see how long it takes for them to figure it out.
Yeah, we might just see them play retake on Snake and on mid if Preasy are dominating you when they want to push, when they want to fight.
Yeah, the question is, MJ, do you like block rounds?
Blocks? Well, Dave certainly doesn't. And they're not as fun, but they can be fun.
We're about to see a mowdown. That's got to be the first kill. Almost goes for the second. Oh, okay. Altex leaves the site, goes to the top of B, gets the second one towards the pit. Is he going to get the triple? Yes, it is going to be one of the, well, anticlimactic rounds for a second that we have seen. To be honest, I was ready for every single one of them to push through the smoke with that flash and to see actually Altex get a 5k, but, you know, you don't always get what you want.
Nope. Well, Preasy, they do respond. After they lose the first 3 rounds, they get 3 of their own. And now they got 3 AKs on that defense. No offer Christo just yet. And Sampi don't have a sniper either. But the AKs are out, and let's see if we will have any changes. They will start with only 1 player in front of B. That is going to be Savannah, playing on Snake. Throwing util. Looks like Sampi wanted to focus on mid in the beginning of the round. They will push that smoke. The wall bang from Crystal,
that's a good
though.
read.
Savannah is in trouble.
I was actually wondering about that because we're...
Yeah.
So, hello.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, I pulled the cord out. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, meanwhile, towards middle, that's going to be Christo to win his own duel. That's a quick trade from Magnus, so they have the right idea. Meanwhile, through the smoke, the play's coming true, but Refresh has a keen eye on the left side of that smoke. Takes care of it. And I actually forgot my point already, so continue.
It's fine. Well, we got a man advantage for Preasy here. And from Sampi, utility available, smoke on Pino, frag grenade and the flash on the 11. They're heading towards this B side where we got Roy and Altex holding. And Altex, he's been really good on the defense with Roy so far, so you can call them the two final bosses of Preasy so far. Some information and the flash from Roy. He gets the kill on the A-Liv. Pino, yes, that's a trade, but the rotations are going to arrive eventually from Preasy. A follow-up flash is there. And Pino doing such a good job so far to give Sampi maybe a chance to win this round, but Refresh, Incendiary thrown. And TMB is going to arrive from the flank, but Pino spotted the shadow and he gets another kill here. Now he's down to one man, Refresh.
15 seconds left on the clock, especially with the kill through the smoke. Oh, that leaves him in a one-on-one. And he's going to go directly for the plant. Refresh. Made a little bit of a step here towards the line. Taps the head, but that's going to be Savannah with a little bit of a quicker trigger at this point. Wins the round for his team. And they actually managed to lose a round 4v3 with a lot of control towards the B side as well. Preasy. Okay. Maybe Sampi showing us that they still have something inside the chamber here. So there's a reason why they picked Ancient. And by the way, before I pulled the cord out, I actually wanted to just talk about the fact that usually you see some players getting to the cubby on towards the lane, and on the CT side, you barely see anybody spraying it back towards the lane, towards the T side. So it's kind of refreshing to see that actually Christo took... Oh my god, what a molly. That's just a nice kill at the start. A one-man advantage. Let me finish my point. So it's kind of cool to see that Christo is actually changing the rounds a little bit. So that leaves a little bit of a question mark for some where they can actually stand on the map. Christo just executes Zetgo. That is going to be some very clean starts at the start of a round again. So Sampi, they have the round lead, but there's a very good potential. Preasy is just about to rip it off.
The rotations are here immediately. Christo is not alone. TMB and Refresh are going to fight that Incendiary. Christo is eventually going to peek, and Pino, this is what they were waiting for. Pino, can he be the hero once again? No, only one frag, but Magnus will get the trade on Refresh. TMB is going to shut him down, and the Eliv upgrades to that AK-47. But he's not out of A main just yet, and that bomb is down. He has to pick it up. 50 seconds remaining. TMB getting closer and closer, and he's going to take him down. Preasy. They do tie the score after all.
Here we are. Not entirely sure if it's because it's still very early here, but we have seen some sloppy sprays from some of the players, but it's getting a little bit better. This is like a dead match warm-up here on the first map. So in about a second, we're about to see those flicks, but TMP had a little bit of a rough time controlling that M4. But as long as he has his teammates covering him, everything is okay. Usually from that angle, you really want to get those clean 2Ks without actually losing your life, but that's going to be okay. Off to a round we go. That's going to be Refresh, just holding it from Donut. To be honest, he's about to be welcomed by... Well, actually, he's going to be hosting a party in about a second. So that's going to be the Molly in front off the push. And these Glocks and Eagles, well, they're about to turn around. Go for a new address, I guess.
Yep. They didn't like the idea of...
Yeah, the A-side party.
Yeah.
Way too much open space. Kids crying. Alright, so the second middle fight. Oh, welcome to the server. How you doing?
Not good, I think.
Yeah, that's a bullet to the face. Well, they still have the weaponry. It's gonna be usually something that really kind of makes fun of rounds like this. When they get that first tap, the weapon is just so far away for them to pick it, so... The question is, can they actually surprise them from the double doors? This will be the third option that they're going to go for. So the venues hasn't been looking that good for the marriage proposal. So let's see what B-side has to offer. Middle was... Okay, welcome to B-side, I guess. That's going to be the nade. Yeah.
That's one way to be welcome. A frag grenade on your face. Not good. And now back to mid we go.
Making Sampi, they're giving us a show at the moment.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Still though, if you're able to get a kill more, or maybe 2, that would be ideal. Considering you only
Well,
have
there's
2
20 seconds
deagles.
left on the clock. They really
Yeah, you
need to
gotta
sure.
run.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be A side at least being, well, picked up for the venue until now. That's gonna be the 4-man push. Bomb is already being planted.
Okay.
Dink to the face. Refresh gets woken up. That's gonna be Magnus
Oh
with a
my.
shot from the Deagle. Zetko as well. How is this round turning around like this? Christo from the backside tries to lurk. At least they bring the numbers back, but it seems like Preasy, they're
It's
just
over?
calling this off. This over.
Oh my god!
Maybe the
Sampi.
triple 4 times fake works?
Yeah. Keep
Okay,
running.
don't buy guns, no armors, just fake 4 times. Grab a nade.
Yep.
That's done.
Run A, go back to mid, go back to T-spawn in front of B, and then go back to mid again and hit A. Really good strats here by Sampi. 2 Deagles, a P250, and 2 Glocks, and they make it work.
Oh my god. That kind of surprised me a little bit, but it's okay. Every now and then you might see something like that. Well, one positive thing, maybe, is that they didn't really save that many weapons from that round, so it's not. It is going to be good for the economy, but it's not going to boost it to a few rounds being bought again and again if they lose. But from the side of Preasy, you definitely don't want to lose rounds like that. That was the best chance for them, not just to get the lead, but to get a very good, comfortable start to actually chain some rounds together.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to build that cash, but, well, let's see it. They've been trailing on Sampi's lead time and time again. Preasy, they're looking to tie the score once again. The change of pace by Sampi, and they want to push. And look at the utility usage here by Preasy. My god, Savannah and Zetko get cooked. Incendiaries, frag grenades, and the pre-fire from Roy. It's already a 5 versus 3.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun to try to push to a B-side when there's like 27 Molotovs underneath you, but it's okay. Altex finds a very sharp kill from Pit. That's going to be Pheno drop from that op. And as quickly as the round starts, well, they've been left with 2 players. And the question is, can they actually clutch a round like this? We have seen a 4v3 already. A 2v5, that would be just disgusting.
Yeah, and it's not looking very possible. Christo, he might miss the first shot, but he's got control of Donut, and he's not shy to re-peek, and is going to clean up. The 11 Mangas both fall, and Preasy once again tie the score. They did with 5 players alive, building that bank that they couldn't the last time.
Okay, so far what we have seen that no matter what the rounds look like, as long as you get the first frag, you win the round, so maybe just rush Pit to try to get that first kill. From either the side, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah. No other tactics needed.
Yeah. That
Christo seems to be on point with the op as well. Yeah. For a team that usually doesn't have an op player that much, it's kind of cool to see Christo doing so well with it at the moment, so he's doing a very good job.
This is actually a preview of maybe what Preasy can look like if they get a main opper.
The question is, who will be he replacing? You definitely don't want to let go of Dupree. So, you have a very good point. That's the issue. Whenever you have a team like this, the question is who leaves, but it's okay. Meanwhile, A-side seems to be the target. That's going to be a lot of utility for the boxes, just to make sure that nobody's holding it. But it's going to be behind the plant box. First tap to the face, refresh. Very accurate on that first kill. Gets the second one, a long spray. Doesn't really get the second one. Actually, that was TMB and Roy to shut it down. I'm not entirely sure. That happened so quickly, I didn't really see that kill feed.
Yeah.
Did Refresh get one of those kills?
Yeah, he did. He had the support from Donut with flashes, and then the cavalry eventually arrived. And Sampi, that was the 4th spy, and now they got 1900 per player, so they did have the lead for most of the time on this first half, but now Preasy should be able to get the 7. They're against Tech 9s and a
wait a minute.
Eagle. We've
already seen some very cheap, crazy rounds.
Yeah.
And these Tech 9s are weapons that I'm afraid of the most, so I'm gonna say 50-50. Let's go.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay.
A slow start by Sampi. They are waiting for Preasy to come fight on Snake because they did it every single time. And Preasy, knowing that there might be Tech 9s, they don't want to give Sampi any close range battles. They're going to give them control of Snake. And be prepared whenever they push. A lot of utility available here for Sampi, mollies, flashes, smokes, everything. They're just waiting for the perfect time. And Altex at the same time has a smoke and a flash for himself to work with. And here it is, the execution from Sampi, the flashes, mollies raining in, and Altex is ready for the fight. He's going to get the first frag on the Ellen, looking for the second. The crossfire here is so deadly. TMB and Altex on the defense. They get 4 frags, and it's just Savannah, and Altex is going to put him out of his misery. A beautiful round by Preasy. That crossfire from Altex and TMB is so powerful.
Yeah, I'm very confident pouring that water into that cup.
Yeah. Elegant. This is
yeah, he looks very
Everybody else
relaxed.
Has energy drinks. This guy.
Yeah, that's
water.
what I was thinking about. He has healthy habits. That's why he actually lands his shots.
You can tell he's the IGL.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, at the moment, it seems like some people, they're not worrying about it too much. So, there's still a lot to be played for this map. Of course, winning that last round could have given them the best opportunity to actually take the lead here on the pistol. But as long as they win it now, and the second round of it, they get to play those gun rounds. And that's pretty much what CS is all about. As long as you have the longer weapon, the armor, some of the utility, that's when the games get played. That's where the game is important. But of course, the pistol round will be starting now. And this will pretty much dictate who has the better start here.
Dualies for the CT side. And a rush B from Preasy. Zetko is about to get tested here. He has to deliver. Altex spots 2 players, and he will take down Mango's looking for the second frag. Altex is going to eliminate Zetko. A 3-for-3 trade here, but Preasy, they've got control of this B side. So Savannah and Fino. Let's see how well they do on the retake. No defuse kit.
If they get the first kill, that could be awesome. The problem is Altex just gets away, runs behind the cover, and that's just going to be a reset. Meanwhile, they know exactly where Sampi is pushing at this point. There should be a little bit of a blender hold here. So that's going to be TMB from the cave to try to pick it up. Altex from a close angle can't actually get that kill. It's going to be a double kill from TMB. And a very relaxed one. Actually, we might need to get some water. Maybe there's a good point to it. A cup of water.
Water buff for TMB. Altex, huge multi-kills here on this B side. And Zetko did deliver with the dualies. He got 2 frags. But look at TMB, the 1 versus 2.
Look at how controlled it is.
Clean, man.
There's barely any extra bullets even used. That was just a tap to the face and a just re-aim and a double tap to the face. Yep. Very controlled crosshair placement at the moment. I was actually joking. Maybe I was just joking about the fact that it was a little bit sloppy here at the start. Looking very accurate on those pistols. Now the question is, can he actually do it with the the AK? A little bit of a crazier weapon on D side.
Yeah, and MP7 from Refresh. That's unusual. A lot of pressure on B, and here's the push from Sampi. TNB takes down Pino. Crystal is looking hungry with the Mac 10, but Altex is going to be the one to fall. Now,
that could be the bait to farm with that Mac 10.
Yeah, you can go for the A side, but Preasy know that eventually Sampi will go out once again to play, and Roy is going to be there to farm. Here's Refresh with the MP7. He eliminates Savannah, leaving the LF alone, but not for long. It's a good cleanup by Preasy, only 1 player losing his life. It's not the end of the world.
I was trying to think about the fact that would there ever be a reason for you to actually sacrifice a player with a Galil just to get some kills with a Mac 10?
Well...
It sounds fun, but to be honest, it's just a little bit psychotic to think about it. That's like 3k down the drain for you to possibly get like 1200 back, so it doesn't actually make that much sense. But it's fun to think about. Theorize.
Now this is where Sampi will get tested, and the push from the SMGs on mid. Roy and Crystal. The MP7 and the Mac then get the entry, and now Fino is alone on the A defense. 1 kill, yes, on the second. He has to reload. Not a lot of bullets on that M4, but he still gets a 3rd frag. Fino, my god, that is the best scenario possible for Fino.
That's a very sharp kill to the last player, and Altex pretty much running back without a weapon on his hands. Maybe being a little bit too liberal with that push there. Meanwhile, Preasy, they pretty much did all the right choices here at the start of the round. They get the double kill, but the problem is the second they push on towards that A side, Fino goes absolutely psychotic with that M4. Meanwhile, weapons being picked up. That's going to be the M4. Knows exactly where Elivet is, but he's been grazing him down. He's very low on HP. Refresh looks almost like he's a little bit confused where those shots came from, and that's just going to be so. To be honest, a very good round for Sampi. As an individual performance, but as a team, I have to say, for them to go that quickly for a Mac 10, and I think that was a Galil that got the second kill. Usually don't want to lose mid control like that, but from Fino, that's a very interesting round. A 3K. And I have to say, the last shot, that was very snappy as well.
Yeah, Fino, man, saving Sampi. I thought that the round was already over. He gets 2 kills at best, but he also got the 3rd. Huge impact by Fino. Sampi winning the first gun round was really important for them, but they are still 3 rounds behind. And Preasy, they got money. 3 AKs. Sampi, they are interested to fight on Snake. Zetko is here with Mangus. Is there going to be a flash? No. Already used it. Molotov, yes. Zetko takes on TNB. Roy with a trade. And Mangus, the spray is good. He gets a second frag on Altex, and they know about Crystal being also behind that smoke. And Mangus finds a 3rd, leaving only Refresh in the 1 versus 3. And he is known for a couple of clutches. It is going to be one of them. No, it's not. Savannah shuts him down. Sampi, round number 7.
Oh yeah, the moment you actually start to see them stack behind the smokes on that lane. We were just pretty much hoping for the players from the side of Sampi just to hold down that mouse number 1. So they do make it a very good job for that round. And maybe Preasy, they should start to respect those smokes a little bit more. Getting a little bit too maybe aggressive as they got the lead on that previous round. It looked very good, but the problem is Sampi, well, they're a little bit of a different beast on a map like this. They definitely know how to play that lane. Meanwhile, it's going to be dumped towards that mid. It's just going to be a Glock round towards the A side. So led by TMB, a full swing, and just the player in between them. That's going to be Fino with the 1st, 3rd, and almost going for the 4th one. Deagle comes out. There's a little bit of a help coming in from his teammates. Gets Glocked and woken up, but Fino dunks it like a Kobe, and that's going to be a 4K for him. That was 1 kill for somebody else. Didn't actually see the name, but a very good round for them to shut it down. And to be honest, for them not to give that planned, it's going to give them just a little bit more confidence for the future. But Preasy, they should have a little bit of a buy now. The question is, have they learned something? What kind of a player are we going to see here on out? Especially the lane smokes coming out at the start of the round. And Sampi, they have been very aggressive towards the middle so far. Not really giving them that much space. So Preasy might actually go for a little bit more A-side tactics. That seems to be where the bomb is being committed at the moment. Spraying those players.
Oh,
look at that.
Nice shot on Zetko, but the yellow of the trade is immediate there.
It's kind of cool to see Roy in a very good play to the... He's been doing so far very good. Meanwhile, that's the 2nd kill through the smoke. That's going to be Eli to actually grab both of those players. Meanwhile, yeah, both of them. Sorry. Meanwhile, A side already been opened up, so it's been brought back to a 3 versus 3, and the bomb gets planted behind the box. So it's for the players at Donut, and Cristo has a little bit of an opportunity from A main to actually shut it down if anybody goes for the defuse. So Sampi, they've been left in a 3 versus 3, and the question is, do they actually want to go for it? It seems like they're actually heading towards the A side. They don't want to save for the next round. Yeah.
You've got the defuse kits and you've got some utility smoke, 2 flashes, and the Molotov.
The problem is the first peak, they need it quickly. 15 seconds.
Altex and Refresh inside Donut, they will be so ready for this. The elite, that's the first smoke. But time is running out, and now it's going to fight back. Grenades are going to expose, and they are going. It will be Cristo to peek from A main and get all 3 frags. Good round by Preasy.
For a second there, I actually saw the players. Yeah, for a second there, I saw the player just to get... He was getting a little bit too comfortable to close to the bomb. But I forgot about... Cristo. Cristo did a very good job, especially those double nades landing on top of the site. At least it takes care of the smoke. Cristo with a triple kill there. Holy... That's the problem with those retakes. The problem is that it's so punishing for the CT economy. You lose one of those, you get to buy an MP9.
Hey, not a good offer, but we'll take it. You know, he's got the AWP and Preasy. That was a very good round. Now they will focus on the B side. An early hit here, and the Elif, he has an incendiary, and that flash is good. But now the push will come from Preasy. The Elif, can he deliver? Yes, he can! A double kill found, and he will get away with murder. Smoke on site, and he will go back into the action. The flashes are beautiful. Refresh, though, is going to shut him down. Still, you've got the man advantage for Sampi and Refresh. Oh, that is a ballsy play, pushing the smoke like that. But Zetko is going to punish. Altex and TMB, can they be the heroes for Preasy to get that 11th round? A re-smoke on short is good, but Sampi, they have so many players, and they are slowly but surely going to arrive from mid, making sure that no one is lurking. And Altex, he's been great. 16 kills to his name. See how
It's going to be the
does.
players from lane. That's got to be the first problem. They really need to take care of the players pushing on towards the cave at the moment. It's got to be someone deleted. He's going to be the first one to swing in the TMB. He's not even close to looking at the right direction. Meanwhile, from the pit, that's going to be Altex to activate. Gets the first shot, but it's going to be, well, nothing else needed. A very good push and a very good play coming in from Refresh on that round to actually push behind the smoke. But the problem is he was just a little bit off by that timing. We have actually seen Refresh go for some very good plays, and usually when they fail is that he turns around just a little bit too late or is a little bit slow in those pushes. To be honest, the idea is correct. So if he keeps playing like that, Sampi definitely, they are giving him opportunities and cracks where he can actually push.
Good point. But the Elif, that double kill, man, was so important to stop the push. And then there was
looks so comfortable as well.
Yep. This is getting more and more interesting. Only the first map of the grand final, round number 20, and Preasy are looking to tie, Sampi are looking to tie the score. They got the buy, we got the offer Fino. Zetko is going to fight, breaking that smoke is Preasy, and they want to push, and Roy is ready, and he's going to catch Zetko. He has no support. Fighting alone there. Roy, a second frag found on Mangus. My god, does he deliver when you need him?
Those are some very good picks here at the start. Roy has been pretty much entering the CT side so easily at the start. Usually they pretty much get the trade kill quickly, but this time around he actually gets a double. That's a very good way to actually start off the round, bud. Sampi finally answers back with one, and you had a very good point towards the player on middle, pretty much holding it by himself. There's a lot of open space to try to cover if you're just a lone CT player. And from here, Preasy, with those dual entries, especially looking at the reaction, of course, on a minimap view, Sampi seems to be just stacking that B side a little bit more, even actually rotating that player closer towards the CT side. Preasy, they're making the right call. A side seems to be the way to go, faking that B side just to try to pull as many players here as they can. And 35 seconds left on the board. The only thing they have to do is just pretty much walk towards that A side, and that's going to be a plan.
Yep, and most likely the round, Sampi, I don't think you are putting these weapons in jeopardy, unless maybe Savannah gets an early kill here, but he will try. Making his way into Temple, and Altex is going to be his first opponent here. Savannah is going to get that frag, sees the shadow. Alright, but Crystal is a nuisance on that B-side, keeping Bino hostage. Eventually he's going to peek and he's going to decapitate Bino. Taking on that AWP, and Savannah goes for another fight, but not this time. Refresh eliminates him. And now the Elif will be the last player, and he will try to save. Preasy gets one step closer here, making it 11-9. But the Elif wants that up, and Crystal is going to exit from CT. An off-angle by the Elif. And there's a second player. Oh,
he grabs the op.
But Refresh is not going to let him live, surely.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Nice shot.
For a second there, it looked like he had enough ZB for him to actually run across that corner, but no. Doesn't actually save the offer next round. Well, that's a very nice try, though. The question is, what kind of economy they have, as they have been swapping rounds head-to-head. Sampi's not supposed to have that much money, and especially with Preasy on the 11th. I might actually push them to force for a round like this, and like we were talking about, Sampi, this is their map pick. They really wanted to start this off with a banger, with a quick win here. So...
we got a timeout.
Yeah. Timeout from Preasy. They just want to lock this map.
Yep, because like you mentioned, it puts a lot of pressure on Sampi. Do you force spy to not allow Preasy to get to 12? Do you play for overtime? Because the money's not looking great for Sampi.
Make them think. Make them dwell about it.
Crumble.
Yeah, what's the right decision? Do you actually force for a round like this? Do you let it go to map point? Especially when you're so close? Or do you force by and just hope for the win? And that's going to be the answer there. Yeah, they're going to give them the opportunity to get the map point result. There's just one armor on the whole side of Sampi. And it's been taken care of so quickly at the start. That's going to be TMP with the first shot as well. It's like a beacon. I have an armor, kill me. Roy gets the second. That's going to be Crystal with the op. And as quickly as the round started, and Sampi, they did have some kind of a buy here. They had some smokes and utility. Wait, Savannah on the back foot of Refresh. Actually taps in their face. The question is, can he actually get the kill? Of course he can. Swings around, drops, and takes that weapon. That's AK could be very useful in the next round. Preasy, well, they're definitely they're gonna get the map point now.
Yeah, and Preasy know that the AK will be useful, so they are going to hunt Savannah. He's got a smoke to work with. TMB is already in A main, and Savannah pulling for Brokey. He's not going to expect this. TMB, it's a clean headshot. Preasy, map point on the first map of this best of 5 grand final. They have 3 opportunities to close this out.
Oh, I have to say it. The last time Refresh when we were actually interviewing him, he did say that it felt very good to actually get their mental composure on Nuke against Permita.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The question is, especially with a start like this, if they could actually 3-0, this is gonna feel amazing. Especially with the season that they have had so far, just a little bit unlucky, coming very close in some of those qualifiers. Even on Dallas, actually losing to Heroic, a very good team here from Denmark as well. Coming so close on to winning that last map, but it just doesn't happen. It was actually on Ancient as well, if I remember correctly.
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. It was a very tight map, very close on Ancient. So, at the end of the day, Heroic pulled it off, but it is what it is.
The classic Danish derby.
Yeah.
Sampi, the M4s, no defuse kits, and they want to get proactive here. Mangus and the Elif, but they got spotted, so they will go back and play it safe. But having 3 players on B here is going to be very good for Sampi. And they're stacking up inside Cave. The high-low here is very powerful. Yes, that flash from Roy, but let's see how well he does. He'll be the first to fall. Refresh takes down the Elif. There's no trade, but the flash out high by Zetka is going to apply pressure. Mangus eliminates Refresh. TMB, the trade once again is there from Preasy. A 3 versus 3. Is it going to be Preasy to win this and close things out, or Sampi? Will extend play. Zetko real close, but yet so far on the frag on TMB. And no defuse kit, remember, so that is going to be very important. They need these frags, and they need them quicker.
That is going to be so far a very good start to the retake, especially doing a lot of damage towards TMB. Savannah finds the likes of Altex from the backside. It's going to be the push and a drill through that plywood, a smoke on top of the bomb. There's still time for them to be dropped out of it, and it's going to be Fino to drop down Christo and take those ideas away. 10 on the board, Sampi. They do win around here. Now the question is, can they chain 3 for us to see an overtime? Of course, at the moment, it seems like Preasy, well, they're just getting the keys to get on top of that B side. The fakes and actually the pushes so far, all the executes, they have been working very well, especially on those retakes. Especially on those refrags. Every time they barely get a kill, that's going to be a quick trade. But the problem is after plans. Sampi is doing an okay job at the moment, especially here at the end, to get some of those retakes.
Huge flying by Savannah there. The first frag on Cable Street, but the second was a ball bang. And here's Sampi fighting on mid. TMB, even though he's blind, he is going to eliminate the hero of the previous round. Zetko is on jungle, and he wants to kill on mid. Mango's being pressured, but he's going to deliver. Frag found on Refresh. And that's information about mid now by Zetko. There's no one here. Sampi, they can shift their focus towards this B side. And the A side, Zetko, TMB, okay! That's one hell of a swing to get the headshot. A man advantage for Preasy.
Just deletes the player from middle. That's going to be one of those situations where you feel like that's supposed to work for the CT angle, but it just doesn't. Let's after the face. TMB with a very nice kill to actually bring it back. The question is, can he actually read that the players have pushed in towards that pit? Altex should be the first point of contact. Spots one of the players towards the lane. That's going to be Christo with a kill from middle. Meanwhile, a nice shot from Magnus to actually bring it back, but Roy gets a quick trade. And that is just going to be Fino left in a 1 versus 3. Now the question is, how can he manage to get through this? That's going to be the smoke to pick up the bomb. Fino has the right idea already. He should be reading this. As a B-side push, and they still don't have the bomb control. A flank from behind is being dropped already. TMB drops to the floor. And the bomb has been raised towards that B-side. So it's going to be planted for the CT hold. The question is, what can I actually do about it?
You know, he's picked up the AK, defuse kit, incendiary, flash and smoke available. And Roy is 1 shot away from death. So if he can isolate these duels somehow, this is possible. Because he's been playing good. Smoke used to block off short, and the flash on long. Is he going to clear the corner on site or not. Fino, Incendiary will be used, but he doesn't clear the right side properly, and Roy is going to shut him down. It will be Preasy to win the first map of the grand final here, 13-10.
Whoop, whoop, looking very good as well on the enemy's map pick. For a few rounds, there were some questions that we were talking about and maybe thinking about, like, okay, there was Eli's moment where he pretty much just shuts down the whole A push. Looking very good in middle as well on those entry pushes, and especially Preasy not really respecting some of the utility, but once they got that ball rolling, it was pretty much at the start of the end.
Yeah, and Sampi, they did have a great start on the second half. I think at one point they had the lead 9-8. Or something like that. I might be wrong. It was 8-7. But either way, they had a good start. They started winning 3 rounds after they lost the pistol. But Preasy simply came back, and we have the individual step up. Roy, some really good rounds there with the multi-kills. And the entire squad of Preasy was actually delivering. So Sampi losing Ancient really close is going to hurt, because the next map is going to be Inferno. And from what I've seen, Preasy are a really strong team on Inferno. So what do you think is going to happen on map 2?
Yeah, that map 1 always is the best way to start off any series. If it's a best of 3, best of 1, of course, if it's a best of 1 at that point, it's pretty much just over at that point. But yeah, it's just going to be one of those things, especially when you think about the fact that that was our map. We actually did have a chance there, but then we just kind of slumped it. Heading into Inferno, Preasy, they're going to feel a lot better, especially on their own map pick. And to be honest, I've been waiting for a little bit of an Inferno duo cast, so let's see what's about to happen. But I think Preasy, they should have a little bit of an edge here.
Yeah, Preasy looking for that 2-0. Well, we're going to be taking a break, and we will be back with the second map of the grand final, so we will see you guys soon. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Hello,
we're back on the studio.
Donut. You got caught lacking, boy.
I thought we were
boy.
going to jump directly to the game.
Yeah,
It's cool.
well, usually that's what happens, but for the grand finale, I guess we're doing something maybe more special. Well, everybody, we saw the first map of the grand final, 13-10. Now, that's going to sing a little bit about Sampi because they did play good, but not good enough to take the W. Now, on Inferno, me and Donut talked a little bit about what can happen here, and we agreed that Preasy are players. So, Sampi, they will probably start on the CT side, so what do you think that they should be looking for in the beginning? Another 3-0?
I don't know. At the moment, I'm just thinking about the fact that I don't even think 3-0 is going to be enough. This is an 80% map for Preasy. At the moment, they have 15 maps underneath their belt, so that's a very good sample of a size to actually predict how they're going to play over there. And not just that, they have been winning most of these maps as well when they actually hop into Inferno. It's going to be one of those maps that some of the teams don't even play it entirely. Usually they just ban it, but of course on a best of 5, if you have another map that you don't like, which will be Vertigo for Sampi, well, you get to play an Inferno. And Preasy, well, on the T side, I think we're just going to see a banger. This is one of those maps that feel very claustrophobic. But if you feel comfortable in it, you can make the enemy team just sweat. So let's go.
Let's see, it's Savannah. Diffuse getting 2 flashes. We got 3 players on B and 2 on A. The early aggression in apartments. He went sightseeing on second mid. I don't think he's followed anybody. Preasy, it's a pretty slow default starting, making sure that no one is going to push on second mid and then working with Banana slowly. And that decoy on TMB, well, that is going to go on sandbags or close behind broken wall to see if somebody's there.
Yeah, it's just going to be those USPs pretty much hoping for that one tap refresh. Once he decides to go for the swing, he needs to stick to it. Zetko behind that sandbags. That's going to be the flash to show them the ideas. Actually, just a decoy at that point. That's going to be the counter flash working out very well. Meanwhile, dodging every single bullet. It's away from that situation. Zetko, he actually covers behind that sandbag again. They might actually not know where he is at this point. And Preasy spent a very good minute off the clock just to fake Banana. Meanwhile, Zetko finds the kill onto his DMB. The full push coming in from middle. It's going to be the CT side already being covered. They're going to be holding that cubby. They know they dink the player. That's going to be a lot of damage done to one of them. Backside Eli gets just a tap to the face. Meanwhile, the bomb gets planted. And the players on the side of Sampi getting a little bit closer to that retake. They are very close here.
Outnumbered 4 versus 5, and Mango's being low speed doesn't really help this, but Zetko gets a frag on Roy. Fino. Cristo's gonna shut him down, upgrade to the USPS. Cristo going for more refresh, eventually eliminates Mangus, and they know where the last 2 players are. One in apartments and the other on a long. It's not looking great here for Sampi. Do you want to maybe save the armor?
Just a little bit too far away.
Yeah. He'll try to go back, but refresh takes down Zetko, and Cristo eliminates Savannah. A triple kill from the stand-in, who played really, really well on that first map.
The round we were pretty much the starter, but we're talking about that Sampi needed. You were talking about a 3-0. Well, they didn't get the pistol round at all. Now, Preasy, they could actually start this off very well, and we might just see a little bit of a wash of a map here. We might be all ready. Maybe I'm a little bit too crazy about saying this. Well, maybe we should focus on a third map already. I'm not entirely sure what Sampi can do on a map like this. Of course, they might have been practicing it on off time. Usually when you have literally almost no statistics in it, that leaves a little bit of a question mark. Deep nade towards Banana. We are about to see a little bit of a counter buy from the side of Sampi. A little bit closer here. Oh, a player turning his back. This is exactly what we're talking about. Just feeling a little bit uncomfortable. TMB catching him off on that timing. The second push, just questioning the peak at the moment in front of those single boxes. And Eli, as quickly as they try to stack that B side, it gets just... Sorry, my throat. It just gets dismantled. Holy moly. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. You're good. Don't worry.
Give me a second.
Preasy. Well, a contact play is certainly something that Savannah was not ready for, and TMB got a free kill on the back of Savannah, and then Zetko got mollied on the first and second block, so kind of had to swing out and take a fight that he didn't want, and ended up falling to Roy. It was a bit risky to say for Preasy, but That worked. Get the boost now. The Elif. Strangely, I didn't think that he would still be standing around CT. I thought that he would be off to the A side by now, but no.
Yeah, maybe he was focusing a little bit too much on his crosshair there.
Yeah.
Getting surprised a bit. So, Preasy actually starting off, well, with the starter we were talking about pretty much. Already 2 rounds on the board, especially if they win the 3rd one. Looking at what they went with for a round like this, they did go for a little bit of a force up there. So the CT side is going to look a little bit just poorer, especially not really doing anything with the buy as well. Preasy. They might feel comfortable to actually go for a little bit of a pop here. Either a rush towards the apps or even B side. Or maybe to try to etch out the players. Whatever they want to go for, they know that they have the lower buy here. And Sampi, they're just going to force again. This is not going to... Well, of course, they save a little bit of money for the next round. The question is, what can they actually go for with a buy like this? There is that one USP still on the backline, so E-Live. Saving it up for something a little bit larger, meanwhile everybody else. Hoping for some easy kills. To be honest, these 5-7s throughout the tournament, and we have actually even seen on the top tier scene some of these players just go insane with it. It's a very powerful handgun in a game like this. And that's going to be Mangus. To be honest, if he could farm up some money with the Mac 10 over here at short, it could be the best possible outcome.
Oh, he starts off with a headshot on Savannah. Now Mangus not able to deliver anything. TMB is going to decapitate him with the MP9. Now, speaking of MP9s, we got one of those on Fino. Saving one wouldn't be bad, but Roy eliminates him to the MP5. Warrior Roy. I think he's the only one that I've seen on EPL use the MP5. And
I was actually thinking about the fact too, just not just who uses it, that we haven't actually seen any great highlights out of the MP5, because back in the days when we were playing Source, you used to get clips like that all the time. I don't think I've ever seen one on CS, like the newer version, CSGO or CS2.
Yeah.
Like an MP5 ace.
Yeah. Basically because the Magnum is cheaper. Pretty much
there's no reason to go for it.
Yeah. But the MP5 simply sounds cool, the silencer.
Oh yeah, it's so cool too. A SWAT weapon like the UMP. But the problem is that the UMP has been nerfed up, or to be honest, they didn't really do that much to the USB. The problem is that just the other guns just are a little bit more psychotic. There's no reason to go for the buy.
No, they did nerf the UMP. I think it was 3 years ago or something, because
they did something to the range, but the problem is like the other weapons were so powerful. You could just swap it. It doesn't really matter what gun you nerf. You always have a second one that is almost as crazy. I'm just thinking about, like, when we're about to see the days that they're just going to go for a P90 rush. Okay. It's just a little bit too expensive at the moment. That first shot misses. Fino, with a very nice idea there to actually push through the smoke, to maybe catch off guard the player towards the second minute. But to be honest, he wasn't really waiting for that. He did have the player towards the middle to try to catch him off. It just didn't happen. Meanwhile, the real push coming in from Banana. Already the first line of defense, not really checking the sandbags. That's going to be a nice kill from Savannah. Closing in for the second one, but a nice retouch from Refresh to actually bring it back to a 4 versus 4. Meanwhile, it's just going to be a swing to the side again. They bait out the first player. Zetko does get the kill on Decrease though, but Refresh with the second refrag again. And to be honest, it works out with his name as well. The bomb gets planted, and that's a very nice looking ghost. Now Molotov covers off the push. Preasy. This is pretty much just a bonus round for them. They could actually be winning this one as well.
Yeah, we have no diffuses here from Sampi, and the lurk from Haltex is good. Roy, a resmoke on CT, is going to stall as much as he can, and he will maybe peek on Refresh contact. No, the smoke on Banana might be a bit troll, but Refresh, he already got 2 frags, and he's feeling heated for the third one, but the Elif is going to shut him down. Tap on that bomb, but Roy gets the frag on the Elif, and it's done. No diffuse kit, you've got no time. At this point, just try to save the M4 Preasy. A huge bonus W.
I was so ready to actually see a double spray down, but he kind of lost control of the moped there for a second. But it is what it is. So, coming very close on that double kill, but it doesn't matter. They win the round. Sampi for a second there, they had a chance. The problem is it just didn't work out. focusing a little bit too much on the backside. Meanwhile, towards Banana, this is pretty much where the problems could have come out. This is something that I was actually talking about in my stream as well, that the differences that we see in Tier 3 versus Tier 2, or Tier 1, whatever you want to call it, is when they actually go for the control. On that situation, a better player, I'm not going to be throwing somebody under the bus, but that definitely could have been a double kill to the start. Sampi could have got away with 2 kills and maybe actually lock down that banana push.
Well, they are going to try now, and they start off well with the frag. It was Savannah to get the kill on TMB, but Preasy, even though they are outnumbered, they are still on. Molotovs to clear short and long corners. Sampi are currently stacking the A side with 4 players. Savannah is alone on B, and he just used another smoke there.
No.
Nice shot by Cristo. Oh. He knows that there's a player in the corner. Mangus takes down Altex, and he goes for another fight, knowing that the other Bambino was trying to get into the boiler, but Cristo, that's a huge double kill.
That's maybe a little bit too crazy to challenge the op again and again, especially sneaking into that corner. I do understand he tried to catch him off guard. Maybe he's focusing on towards long a little bit more. But the problem is that the timing is just a little bit off. Goes for the no-scope. Of course, he hits the quick scope onto Zetko as well. He's like a key, opening up A side at the moment. Savannah pushes behind that smoke. He knows he has a very good chance to actually catching them off guard if they turn around at the worst timing. But of course, Roy, with experience, just gets that first tap. Savannah drops down. Cristo has been taken care of. Meanwhile, Eli tries to fight for the control of that bomb, but of course not. Roy already cheated it towards that B side. Refresh is just pretty much waiting for the swing behind that smoke. Covers it off easily. 19 HP left. It gets a little bit too close to comfort, but at the end of the day, I have to say Cristo, actual key to the A side. Just opens it up like a major. Just look at this.
Yep.
A kill to the short, a kill to the back, and that's just gonna be the cubby as well. And Zetko definitely had the time to actually get that frag too.
Well, it was weird for me to see Mangus go for the fight on mid, knowing that the op is holding. Yeah. Okay, you're stuck in the corner. You have to try something, otherwise you're dead. But Mangus,
those are the little mistakes when you watch demo. You really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Especially they were actually leading on that round. That was a 5 versus 3. Yeah.
Well, let's see how well they do on this gun round. They have yet to find a round on Inferno, and we pretty much talked about this, that Inferno is a real strong map for Preasy. Sampi struggling a lot. They are getting ready to fight on Banana. Savannah, he's got the flash. Waiting for that call from the Elite. But they don't want to just try to time it to perfection. They want to kick off with some information. And here it is. In the meantime, Mangus has found a frag on Altex. A good retake on top banana here by Sampi. They really want to fight this. TMB getting dinged. Okay, Mangus got a frag found, and TMB will eventually fall to Zetko. Cristo. And Roy on the 2 versus 4 here, but he's not ready for Savannah being on spawn already, and that leaves only the veteran.
Yeah, Roy. Well, if he decides to go for some kills, that could destroy the economy still. Not doing that well, especially with the rounds that they have. But saving 4 weapons for our next round is definitely going to do a lot for the upcoming buys. And that's, you see a little bit of a cheerful feeling from the side of Sampi. Feeling a bit rejoiced there. So, a good way to actually step into the game. There's still rounds to be played for, definitely. But the problem is the quality of the gun rounds that we have been seeing so far. Definitely goes for the side of Preasy, but if actually some people pull something out of the hat, everything is still possible. We have seen some swings that some teams, they take the pistol to take the third round, and after that they take a couple of weapon rounds, makes the enemy team looks a little bit, maybe a little bit funny, but usually the rubber pull back is where the problems start, because that could actually bring some pressure towards the side of Preasy. But there's still a lot to be played for, so round number 7. And close towards the banana. That's going to be TMB to lead it. This time around, he's definitely going to check that sandbag. He's not going to let that... Okay. He hasn't literally learned anything. Well, it's just going to be the counter smoke coming in. Already the push coming in true. And where's the CT they go? That's going to be Zetko. Dropping down Droy. Gets the second kill on the refresh. The third one as well. That's a triple kill for the man to hold down that B side. And the fight towards the construction. A kill away from an ace. And Zetko, he pulls it out of his hat. Look at that.
Huge headshots there by Zetko on the B defense. 4 frags, and he's on for the ace. Only Altix remaining, and he will show himself eventually on Banana. But Zetko is not going to give him a fight just yet, waiting for his teammate to make a contact, and Altix is going to not let Zetko get that ace, but Mangus and Fino are not close, so the Elite is going to play the safe. Altix can't plant the bomb here. And he's going to go for it. No fakes.
Look at the banana push.
Yeah, eventually they are going to arrive. 32 HP for Altix though. He's got the AK and he is a dangerous individual, but this might be too much to ask for. Dylan peeking, and he's going to catch Altix. A nice try, but Zetko, the heroics, the quad kill. That was so important because Sampi, if they lose this round, they pretty much get a reset. And Preasy, it would have been 6-1, 7-1, who knows?
You were kind of fantasizing about the fact that could they actually pull something out in a map like this? Or is it just going to be a Preasy show? To be honest, if Sampi, they start to find individual performances like this, to be honest, I'm a little bit sad that Zetko didn't get the full 5. Every time it comes to that 4th kill, you really want to see that ace, but it's okay. So as long as Sampi, they keep that individual performance alive, anything is possible. Definitely if you get a little bit more action towards that A side as well, those early picks, good shutdowns, holds, then that team play could actually play on top of that, and we might see a little bit of a challenge here for Preasy.
Certainly. They got challenged the last 2 times. Their money is good for another buy. Sampi taking back control. That's a good frag grenade. And the flash, Savannah is so blind, but Zetko is going to save his life. Another flash throw, and then Savannah hiding in the smoke. I think Refresh knows. Here it is. Poor Savannah has a ESP to play with because he was looking for the upgrade on the AK, but never got his hands on it.
A bit of a reset situation here. So, both of the teams losing a player. Doesn't really sweat them that much. Minute 5 left on the board, and it seems like Zetko, oh, he wants more from the last round. He wants to get inside that smoke. He wants to be the first point of contact, but the problem is, meanwhile, Preasy, they have rotated the full attack towards the A side, and that's going to be Fino. Close underneath the balcony. That's a little bit of an off spot for him to actually hold in for him, because there's not going to be any help. That's going to be the first shot, the retake. Oh, God, refrag is very good from Roy. To be honest, I'm a little bit questionable. Why would you play it underneath that balcony with an op? You know you're locked in when they go for the swing. Meanwhile, towards the side, Elive has been spotted. He only gets Roy. The problem is the quick trade from Christo. Makes it a 1 versus 2. The question is Zetko. Does he have any fuel left from the last round? Does he want to go for it? Is this possible? Of course it is.
1 versus 2. The M4 in his hands and the defuse kit. He's getting closer. Christo on side. Altix on mini pit. Isolating these duels are going to be very difficult for Zetko, but...
Oh, the time.
Yeah, but at this point, it just looks like he might just try to get a couple of exit frags. Here it is.
Maybe that offer next round.
Gets the kill. Not the second, though. Altix is going to shut him down, and it is Preasy to go back to their winning ways, making this one 6-2.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about that hold is that usually when you have an opera, you really want to have an exit plan for him. That's the reason why his teammate is pretty much holding from short. So if there's a little bit of a push coming in from the apps, he can actually help him get away from that situation. But the problem is when you really miss that one shot or don't actually even get the opportunity to shoot the second one, that's just going to be a very quick trade for one of the heaviest weapon on the map.
Yep.
And that's just an unfortunate situation. That one kill for the A-side defense, that just isn't enough. That's the problem.
Well, hopefully they are going to change it next time.
Okay,
Fino.
well, okay. Sorry, Fino. I was just joking.
Christo takes down Zetko. It's a half-buy from Sampi, by the way. An M4, the AWP, and some pistols. They've left $2,000 in their individual banks. And Preasy, they are going to push on A, but Savannah has a really good timing here with a 5-7. He gets the first kill. It was messy, but he still gets the job done. And the second on Voice, Savannah with a 5-7. Now only Altix and Manga's are going to shut him down. And Sampi. Okay. Doing more with less.
Maybe I was a little bit too crazy with my analyst there.
Nah.
But I was right about the fact that that 5-7 is psychotic. It needs to be taken out of the game. You have seen some ridiculous plays with it, and to be honest, the double kill from short, neither of the players were looking and really actually aware of the push, but it's okay. That push took just a little bit too long. Sometimes Just to spread on the side is going to be the better option, but of course hindsight is 50-50, 20-20. I think that's the call out. Yeah, that's going to be the flash for Banana, any of the players wanting to go for it. On the previous round, Fino did get that first kill. This time around, they're going to give them just a little bit more space to play with behind those nades. And Preasy, well, Tech 9 and a B-side on Inferno. Name me a better combo. Maybe Cobblestone. Oh,
okay,
just a shutdown.
Yeah,
that's a better one towards the Banana. Okay, a double kill from Setko. Roy actually steps in with one, but it's going to be the op to flick down TMB. Goes down again. The utility being used for a little bit more space, but the problem is Fino. He's hungry. He knows it. He wants it. Oh, God, he misses it. That's gonna be Magnus with the kill from Altex. Refresh only gets one. That Tech 9 just can't find the object. But it's okay. It's okay. It's a little bit of a cheaper round. Sampi, they get shooked just a little bit, but the question is the buy. And they go for it. Looking at the money at the moment, it's very, very, well, cheap for the next round. They don't really have that much to play around with. Especially not getting that bomb down. It's gonna be Glocks.
Yep.
The Glocks.
The Glocks, indeed.
Not
Sampi.
even a flash.
Nope. It's not worth it. Just save everything for the next round. Sampi, they do recover. They have a chance to close this first half 6-6, and if not, worst case scenario will be 7-5. Because I don't think Preasy are winning with the Glocks. I mean, we did see a round from Sampi on the first round, but there were some changes. 2 Desert Eagles make a big difference on that buy, and here's Fino with that up, finding TMB. Sampi, I gotta say, even though they are the underdogs here versus Preasy, they've been showing some really good Counter-Strike, and we're seeing them play with confidence, which is really important here.
Yeah, and what's important is that they're actually trying different setups. It's not just the same tired B hold or A hold just to play from the backside. They're actually going for active kills every now and then and having very nice setups in a way.
So props to them. Let's see if they can tie the score here, because this round, yeah, it's just a formality at this point. Mangus, nice shot from Altex, because Mangus had no helmet. Yeah. But it will be fine. AKs will be picked up for the CT side, and so they will be for the T side as well. Preasy, this last round of the first half, is it going to be 7-5 or a tie? Well, Sampi, you mentioned that sometimes they tend to get proactive. Is this going to be one of those crazy rounds when they push mid? I don't think so.
To be honest, I kind of hope so. They could really throw a spanner into the mix. And what I'm thinking about at the moment, we're getting into that space where Sampi, well, they don't need to respect Preasy that much anymore. They really know that they're mortal on this map. And that might seep into the minds of Preasy a little bit later on towards the tournament, because there's still maps to be played for. And if we start to see a little bit of a comeback on their worst map, well, that makes you think. Pop flash towards Banana. That is going to be Setko again. Very hungry with that AK. Goes for the first swing. Sees the trajectory of that nade. Knows that there's a player. Goes for the duel. That's going to be TMB. Close angle. Pretty much losing almost every single fight so far. Sees the players backing off, and that is going to be Banana control for the side of Preasy. They can actually go for whatever push they want for him, but the problem is Magnus from second mid already with a lot of space. Roy, he doesn't see the barrel, so if he catches him off guard, this could be a very good kill and start for the side of Sampi now.
Mangus is going to peek. He's not clearing the right side here, so there will be no kills left. And Altex's question is he going to clear balcony? Well, now he will. Mangus takes down Roy. Here's a trade from Altex, even numbers. So we got 3 defenders on this B side by Sampi. So Preasy, what is the call going to be here? So far, they have the majority of the players on Banana. Fino, that timing is cruel. Incendiary thrown though. And Bomb is going to rotate towards mid for now by Preasy, but time is running out, 25 seconds. It will be an A finish, so the pressure will be on him, but we got some sort of a fake going on B. Zetko and Fino though get the kills really quick, and now the Elif on the apartment balcony. He knows that there's a player coming his way, and 1 kill here might be more than enough by the Elif, and the first one is going to be free. Crystal, 1 versus 4, the first kill is his. He will pick up that AK and go for the bomb plant, and he is up against 3 players.
A very expensive fake. A very expensive fake. Trying to go for that B side just to fake it out with 2 players and losing both of them, especially on that sloppy push. Nice shots from Fino to actually hold down that B side. They get the information quickly where the bomb will be brought into. And it's a 3 versus 1 inside this little cubby. Christo, well, he's like a pushed animal inside of a corner. He needs to get that first shot, and to be honest, if he gets this one, there's still a chance. Savannah left in a little bit of an awkward spot. Oh, the crosshair placement all around the map. Doesn't really go. He was actually thinking about the player on top of the box there, but it just can't happen. It's done. Sampi, they get the important rounds. I did actually kind of throw them under the bus. I didn't really think that Inferno was going to be a map where they can fight, but they actually look pretty solid on the CT side. And the question is, do they have a T side?
Yeah. And if you've just tuned in, the score at one point was 6-2 in favor of Preasy, or 5-0 if you'd like it that way. So Sampi, they do a great recovery on this first half, tying the score. And Zetko is having a match. He's got 15 frags, top of the scoreboard. He's performing really well. If he can keep that up, then yeah, we see Sampi winning this because you mentioned it earlier. Sampi, of course, the better team on Inferno is Preasy, but if the individuals show up, then it is an even match.
Well, the pistol round is going to be important. Well, we did actually talk about how the importance of the pistol round for the first half, but it seems like it wasn't. So, Preasy, they might actually surprise here. Surprise us here. Even if they win this one, Sampi, a little bit of a chance still, as long as they have some kind of a T-style round. That's going to be the flash for the pit to get a little bit more space. And Magnus actually gets a kill on base to that. Look at that, the second one coming as well. Savannah, the one to drop down, refresh, and we might see a pistol round going for the side of Sampi, especially with that catch, that pitch of 50 accurate. That's, I don't want to say the F word, but you know, will be the one to actually being dropped down. TMB pushed from both of the sides, and it's done. A clean pistol round, not even getting close. Preasy. Now the question is, we always like these little narratives that we have. Are they maybe getting a little bit tired on the server? What's happening?
I don't know. I think Sampi, their ability to adapt is great here. Because coming back from a 5-0, I mean, looking back on CSGO as well, comebacks were so common on Inferno. It is that map that it's not over until it's over. But Sampi, they are playing some really good Counter-Strike, and winning the pistol is going to be so important for them. Preasy, don't know what's happening, but they are going to try the force buy. We got the scout on Crystal, and if you guys remember what's happened on Ancient, he can be very dangerous.
Sampi actually giving us a fight on both maps. That's going to be the scout shot to connect. Fino takes a little bit of a warning shot. That A side, well, this is not a place to tread lightly here. Meanwhile, it seems like they don't actually really give a damn. They're just going to go for the push. It seems like still etching into that close space. Dropping the bomb below. Seems like Eli is the one to actually fake it out here. Utility will be used. Meanwhile, banana control has been gained from the close wall. That's going to be TMB. Helping up from the half wall. So Roy has a little bit of a surprising spot if they don't actually clear this close lane to the right. And the push coming in from the Mac 10. That's going to be the scout to work out for the first kill. True, the kill that could have been a collateral for a second. Goes for the second tag. Doesn't actually land the shot. Magnus gets most of the kills, even drops his own teammate. And a nice landing shot from that scout for that B-side defense.
3 versus 3 here with Mangas being tagged. Preasy, they do have a chance. We got one player on the defense though, and that's Altex. And the Elif, yes, he is chasing on CT, but they should know that there's one more here. The Elif, he will eliminate Crystal. And here's Altex trying to time this to perfection. He gets the first frag on Zetko. Mangas, he cannot fight. He's low HP. Upgrade for Altex, and he's going to chase with the Galil, but the Elif is going to assist his teammate, and that leaves only Refresh, who's picked up a Mac 10, coming for this 1 versus 2 retake with Mangas being low HP.
Oh, I was just about to say that Altex getting that first kill from the backline as well, very close to that retake. That's a very good spot for it. He got a little bit too hungry there at the end. Trying to chase down the bomb, really win that round by himself. Forgets that there's a second player. And that leaves Refresh alone in a 1 versus X. Actually it's the first dink, but it just doesn't get the kill. The second bullet doesn't land, but the problem is I think Eli was already on that swing, so it really needed some magic out of him. A 90-degree one-tap to the face for him to win that round. And Sampi, I have to say it, even when it gets chaotic, they're still holding on to these rounds at the moment. And to be honest, they're looking pretty decent at the moment. As long as they keep doing like this, we might see a little bit of a sweep of a round. Or a map, sorry.
A map sweep. Here. Yeah. Sampi Playing some really good Counter-Strike. Preasy, the what-ifs. If Crystal hits one of those shots on Banana when he peeked from cart, I think the round would go completely differently, but still. It's Sampi to have a 2-round lead. And now they're up against the USPs, who are stack on long. Refresh with a smoke on B, trying to force Sampi to go the other side. But Sampi, even if they take mid, they're going to smoke off long and most probably go for short. They have 3 Mac 10s to play with.
There is a little bit space for them to push, pretty much so. They get a little bit unlucky here, pushing it towards that long. They might actually be a few players down after that push, but I really think they're supposed to win something like that. As long as they don't just go for a full swing. Pushing with those AKs first, seems like already A side has been covered, and that's just going to be live. The only thing has to be... Oh, he might have... Okay, that's got to be the first, second, the third, and even the fourth. Yeah, easy peasy. Gets a little bit surprised. Oh, free snacks. And Zetko even finds the last kill behind. So that's going to be $600 for him. And to be honest, $1,200 for the Galil. Of course, rifles. Not getting that much money for a kill there. Yeah. A nice way to lock down a round very cleanly. And Preasy yet to post a CT side round. Now we're about to see the first buy. The question is, are we going to get something aggressive? Are we going to get something that is a little bit more conservative? That's where this game starts to get interesting, because if they lose a round here, it's not over yet, but Sampi, they could get a very good lead.
We got 3 Mac 10s by Sampi. Preasy. Banana control will not be contested by Sampi. At least not the beginning of the round. The Mac 10's going out mid, but Refresh gets 2 big frags. Frag grenade flies in by Zetko and is going to catch Refresh. Even numbers. Cristo on long, but he cannot really fight. The smoke from Magnus is huge here. Preasy. The rotations are quick though. All 3 players are currently on long. They might just try to flood in before that bomb even gets planted, and that looks like the plan by Preasy. But the Elev is going to shut down Cristo. Roy and TMB remain, and Zetko applying pressure from Boiler will be Mangus to take down TMB. These Mac 10s are doing God's work here for Sampi.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate at the moment. Just getting dropped from every single corner. And this was the buy round that we were talking about. We were kind of hoping it to turn around here. And no, it just doesn't happen. An entire meltdown from the side of Preasy on their own map pick where they have the numbers. And I have to say, Sampi they didn't, so... Either they have worked up some magic, meanwhile, on their practice rooms, or they just have a silent killer at the moment. Maybe in the future, against Sampi, you want to ban Inferno.
Could be.
Yeah.
Preasy, timeout is overdue.
They're a little bit slumpish. Yeah, and they seem to be a little bit slumpish as well. Just getting a little bit questionable at the moment what's happening.
I think they're... It's hard for them to accept that they're losing on Inferno.
Yeah, shell-shocked.
They had such a strong start, 5-0, and you're still living maybe on that little delusion that, hey, we are a really good team on Inferno, and, you know, we were winning 5-0, this is no problem, we'll come back. No, wake up. Like I mentioned, a timeout would really be needed here by Preasy, and there is no timeout.
Not gonna get one.
Back on the bye.
Maybe it's one of those situations that don't feel like it, even though the numbers look bad at the moment. Maybe they have a little bit of a solution, or maybe they have accepted their fate already. Or the worst part, maybe they forgot. Well, at least it looks like the previous one. So Roy starts off with the first kill through the smoke, drops down Zetko. And that is going to be a very good start. Now they actually need to continue it, and without losing most of these weapons, because that's going to be the problem. It doesn't even matter if they win the round here. It's the economy. If they don't get these buys at the last rounds, Sampi, they might actually just win it off the vault. Really underneath that balcony. That is going to be even the double stack for it. Meanwhile, long smoke. Refresh gets a little bit closer to it. Sees the trajectory of that nade, so he knows. They're trying to clear it so far. And he could actually go for a few shots through the smoke. Back up. That would be the best idea. Goes for the copy hold. This might be a kill. Goes for the first one. Quickly gets traded. Meanwhile, that's going to be a double kill from Roy. Just drops them out. That's a triple for the round. Elive still gaining kills. That's going to be a molly for Roy. He needs to step out of that Molotov. Gets a kill onto him. And that's already 3 weapons being dropped. And Preasy, the simple round starts to look a little bit, well,
possible.
Chaotic. Well, possible too, for Sampi.
Yeah. Liv. You might have good timing. Oh no. Yeah,
It was the nade. Nade
no,
saw him.
laser focused on pit. Tunnel vision, we could call it even. But if he just walked out of apartments, that would be a free kill on short, and it would have been a 1v1, but no. Either way, Preasy. Roy with the heroic triple kill there to finally bail Preasy, because if you take the first 5 rounds out of the equation, Sampi were winning 10-1. But now we got a round from Preasy. There are still 3 rounds behind,
about the op. Now we got it.
Yeah,
they still actually even have a little bit of money on the bank too, so Magnus, he has enough to almost go for a house right now. And well, Preasy, well, they have the rifles. You can see the money. If they lose a round like this, it's pretty much over. That's going to be 2 for the side of Sampi. They're going to win with the force buy. Meanwhile, look at TMB. It's getting into a very good corner. To be honest, if he gets the call out for his teammates just to jug some flashes, this could be the best looking round forever. But no, the player's getting off of him. Gets the double kill. That's going to be a quick trade from Fino. Drops him with the op and gives the best possible outcome for the side of Preasy.
That's a huge second frag by TMB.
Yeah. To be honest, I thought that was going to be one of those situations where he gets into a ridiculously good spot and somebody just spots him and taps him in the face. No. Yeah. To be honest, gets away with 2. So, at least we see something.
Aggression on apartments by Preasy, a 1-for-1 trade that is going to favor the CT side. They got the numbers. And Sampi, their money is not looking great. Mangus, yes, but not for the rest. So what do you do here in this 2 versus 3? Sampi. Well, we got the Liv holding for aggression on apartments. And Fino on B, maybe trying to pull some rotations. And there are 2 defenders on that side. So Altex is alone, but he is a very capable individual. And Fino, it's a contact play with that op. But he's going to peek on CT eventually. Oh, he didn't spot anybody, but I believe he got spotted by Roy, surely. Smoke used on CT. Yeah. And Roy is going to eliminate Fino. Altex tucked in the corner here. He will soon hear the steps, and he's getting out that call that he is currently on a 5 seconds remaining. The LA don't even have time to clear the site at this point. And Altex is going to shut him down, and Preasy, that's round number 8.
For a second there, I thought Altex tried to hunt for the kill after the time, maybe to bait him not to plant, but yeah. Goes for the kills anyway. Just made sure that he's going to hit that lineup. And that is going to be around for the side of Preasy. Actually bringing it just a little bit closer now. But this is usually those marks where we get into a little bit of like a mini comeback in a way. So they win those 2 rounds to get close enough for it to look realistic. But if they flop it now, that is going to be heartbreaking. Meanwhile, it's just going to be a very, very cheap round from the side of Sampi. Only that 1 AK. The Eagles 5-7. Actually, that's going to be a P2 50 and a Glock. So, Fino still saving for that op, it seems. And with the lost bonus from the few rounds, I'm not entirely sure if he still has the money for it. Magnus actually might be the one to drop him next round if they want to go for it. And it's just going to be a very center round. So, Sampi is just playing a little bit of space here at the start. Pretty much hoping for any of the Preasy players to be caught off guard. Maybe if they want to go for a push information, that might be the mistake. But Preasy, they're playing very defensively at the moment, so they're not really leaving anything to the win.
And that's the way it should be on these anti-ecos. Sampi, they're looking for an opportunity here. Smoke used on long, that's going to block off Crystal, and he's going to relocate immediately after that. You've got no more utility. It's just the Eagles, P250, the Glock, and that AK-47 on Mangus. Refresh has a very good angle here. The time to react is going to be real slow by Sampi, but no kill found just yet. And Refresh is fine with not peeking for the moment. 30 seconds remaining. Sampi, they gotta move. And Mangus, he has to find a frag here. Altex on top balcony. Refresh takes down Fino. The frag grenade flies in, and they have no idea about Mangus being so close, but their positioning is good here. They will be ready for whatever Mangus throws at them. And here it is, Refresh has the info. Altex going to take Mangus down. Savannah with the trade. Crystal with the up is going to assist on Refresh, who will also get the kill on Savannah. Finally falls the LF. That bomb plant, the extra cash is going to be very good here for Sampi. But winning the round here with the P250? No.
That's almost like a mini win on itself. To actually push in from short to win some of those fights.
Ooh.
Look at the true bullet hells. Oh, that is gnarly. This game is getting very realistic suddenly.
Nice.
These are people who are dying. No, actually not. There's just pixels on a screen. Yeah. In-game, in Minecraft. Okay. So for them to actually plant that bomb and win those fights towards the pit, it gets a little bit confusing from the side of Preasy for the timings. And to be honest, if you replicate something like that on a gun round, Sampi, they might actually get some ideas here.
Round number 20. Preasy looking to tie the score here. They've done well to recover after they were losing 10-6. Now let's see what Sampi will cook. And Fino is going to be the one to start off with a frag on TMB. That was on Banana through the smoke. A huge frag.
Right. Early Molotov just to push out Roy from that corner. Thinking about it, but doesn't go for it. Here we are, already being pushed away for a few mollies here. Now it's going to be 40 seconds being played off the clock, just pretty much waiting for the push. And Sampi, they're getting a little bit closer here. Players just edging in. Cristo catches one in between. Nice shot from here, and that's going to be Roy to drop down one. Meanwhile, Refresh does his work. And only 2 players being left alive. Preasy, just a kill away from actually bringing this back to a tie. Altex, oh, he's going to be hugged. A nice hug here towards under the balcony, and Refresh just goes for a swing. Doesn't really spot the player in Sampi. The opportunity to win a round like this is pretty much done. 45 seconds left on the board. Eli, the best he can do is actually maybe try to save that weapon for the next round. A plant almost impossible at the moment.
Such good defense on B after TMB fell early. Cristo rotated and assisted with that AWP. He's been very impactful on Ancient as well. He's showing up on Inferno too, and Roy, of course, there to get 1 kill of his own. And Sampi, timeout? Maybe? I was really surprised to not see them take a timeout on the first map when they were not losing, because it was 12-10, I think, and it was Preasy who called the timeout, not Sampi. So you're losing 4 rounds in a row. I think you can have a couple of things to talk about here.
Yeah, that is going to be a little bit of a problem. And usually, rounds like these start to seep into your brain. At the start, it was very doable with the start that they had. But once there's a little bit more pushback, that's where the issues, well, they start to come alive. Like Elive. Well, that was a bad pun. But okay, they're talking about it at the moment. It seems like they're relaxed, yeah. The game is definitely not over yet, and especially in the map. There's still rounds to be played. And the question is, what is the call out here? What is the change to this game for them to actually maybe get back on that horse? On the T side, it seems like individual performances from the side of Preasy has won some of those rounds, especially when they have had those crossfire setups. It doesn't look that good from the side of Preasy, especially when we're watching that pistol round just for the pit. It seems like they were a little bit confused on some of those timings, but they did win it. The question is from Sampi, what could they actually use here to win a round?
Well, one thing that we haven't seen from Sampi is execute on that B side properly. By properly, I mean smokes on CT, ruins, and mollies on first, second, and third box. You can try to take early banana control, which is risky. You will get damage from the nades, but if you can catch those players blinded and throwing a nade and get an entry in banana control really quick, that is going to feel really good, but I guess not this time. We got 1 A here on the yellow that he saved. The Tech 9s and a Desert Eagle on Zetko. And look at the aggression from Refresh. Doesn't care about the timeout. You got a plan? Well, we got a plan too, but it's not going really well.
When the individual performance doesn't work, that's exactly what we're gonna get. Tech 9 rocking it at the moment, but that's gonna be Cristo. Drop the first line of attack from the app. Zetko actually gets a kill onto TMB meanwhile, but he makes it a 2 versus 2. Cristo, he's been a very lively force here on Preasy's side so far. Not a bad call out to actually bring him into the team. Meanwhile, and it's going to be a little bit of a pull back from Elive. They know that they have lost control here. Zetko not even looking at short. Roy with a beautiful push at the same time. Just the right amount of aggression. The Molotov on top of the apps just to burn it down. And Elive, he knows that they know. He knows that they know what he knows.
And now let's see how well he does. 1 versus 2 here. Last time it was 1v3, but this time he should try this. There's no point in saving. You're already losing a lot of rounds in a row, and you will have money for the next round. So, he's been doing good. 17 frags is not bad here. And he's got the 1v1 versus Crystal, but Crystal with that off, he hasn't been missing a lot. So, let's see if the jiggle peek is good.
Plant that bomb now.
Okay, headshot found. Down to the 1v1 versus Roy. 10 seconds remaining. That bomb will get planted. Roy is coming from short, and the LF, is he going to expect this? Well, he is looking towards short here, but the timing is going to work in favor of Roy, or the LF. He has a really good angle here, and he's going to deliver the 11th round for Sampi. The 1 versus 2 clutch by the IGL.
How do you lose a round like that on a smart play coming in from Eli? To be honest, at the start of that round, when they got those initial picks on the side of Sampi, it really looked like a round that was already done, but the problem is that then they push from the apps 1 versus 1. You see the lack of protocols, especially when that op starts to shut them down. They get just confused. What are they supposed to do? Even through the smoke, they try to go by themselves. And at the end of the day, Eli, with a beautiful 1 versus 2, just reads out the hold from Christo so well, baits out the first bullet, a tap to the face, and Roy being caught off between those pillars. Sampi, 11 on the board, and this was exactly what I was talking about. We see these mini comebacks, and then just a lack of mentality in some of these 1 versus X's. Preasy still have the money for a buy here, but of course that's going to be a little bit of a ding to your confidence.
This is a huge round for both teams, but more so for Sampi, because if they win this, Preasy will be broke. That loss bonus is sitting on the second stage, 1900 per player, so most likely Sampi, if they win this one, they should be able to win the map. But let's see if they're able to deliver another round here. So far, they look very interested on this A bomb site. And the good news for them is Crystal doesn't have that up, because he always got at least 1 kill whenever Sampi pushed him.
Yeah, so far when we see Preasy going for the space on some of these situations, they really have a hard time letting go of it. Sometimes the best idea is just to give the control for the side of Sampi and just go for the retake. The question is, what are they going to plan for now? It's going to be the standard utility, 40 seconds pretty much underneath it. 35 being left to the clock. Not really a opponent attack coming in. Only Roy being dinked down just a little, but it seems like they are going to be coming in that way. I really think this is going to be an A-side push. There's a player in between those smokes. He has the chance to shine here. He will get a double and holds down the side. Meanwhile, towards the A-side, Christo can swap after the Altex with a kill. TMP still hasn't been found, but the quick push coming in, they get him through the smoke, and it's still retakeable. The bomb definitely goes down, but 3 players from A-side already reacted. Look at this.
Fino with that op. This is the time to shine. It's time to deliver. And Zedko, he's been doing good too. 2 versus 3 here for Sampi to get the map point. Preasy are coming for the retake, slowly being careful about every single corner here. We got a defuse kit on Roy. Fino, that's a missed shot. Flash using is going to reposition. Well. And Zedko, now he's starting to feel the pressure as well. Preasy closing in. Zedko is going to eliminate Refresh, but it took a lot of bullets. And now Preasy are going to push him. And Zedko doesn't land a single bullet on Altex. And that defuse hit is so clutch for Preasy. Just in the nick of time, they are going to get the defuse, and that's round number 11.
For a second there, I was glitching, just thinking about the fact that they can actually lose it just to base off those utilities. Not having the right person actually going for the defuse might have to be the end of them. But they have it. They make it happen. And to be honest, like you said, that first missed shot from Fino, that could have been it. The sloppy spray coming in from the new box. You can see the pressure seeping into the side of Sampi. Shaky hands. Shaky hands.
You can tell the difference in the experience. Sampi,
oh, definitely. Definitely.
They are not used to being in the grand finals. And this is going to be a really good experience for them, of course.
Yeah, yeah. What I wanted to add to that is that you can just see the level of confidence coming in for the picks on the side of Preasy, even if they don't get the kills. But the problem is Sampi. You saw Zedko, he had the lineup. He actually had the chance to bring that into a very quick 1 versus 1. And to be honest, if he wins that first fight, just dances behind the new box, that's a win round for Sampi. That's a 12 on the board. Now there's so much pressure. Tech 9s, Deagles, and a Mac 10 with an AK. Meanwhile, Preasy geared up to the teeth.
Let's see, it's Sampi. They're going to push on A, 2 defenders here, and the third is going to be there quick by Crystal. The incendiary from Altex is so good. And Sampi, they're trying to extinguish the fire and go forward, but Crystal is making that one difficult. Sampi, this is worst case scenario. You are now locked out of the A site. You have no utility. You've lost a player, and Preasy knows where you are. What are you going to do? Going from apartments, but look at that smoke. Yeah, exactly.
They're getting bullied around. This is exactly what we're talking about, the lack of protocols. You can see them just getting confused after the first line of that push. If it gets stumped, they have nothing after that. They are going to be just holding in a little bit of a defensive spot at the moment. Pretty much Preasy walking into this one. This could be a little bit of a mayhem here towards the shorts if they're not careful. Underneath the balcony, just a player waiting. That's going to be Altex, ready to swing whatever happens. Meanwhile, towards the long, Christo catches off Eli. The slow push doesn't work. Underneath the boiler, that's going to be the second kill for Refresh. And it seems like all the hope has been pulled away from Sampi.
Mangus is next to fall, and only Fino remaining, and he's making noise. 10 seconds Preasy. They can afford to hunt. The next round is going to be the last round of regulation. Even if you lose all of your players, but to get the kill, it is going to be worth it. And Refresh, he wants to get the kill after time, opens up the doors, and he's going to swing. Pre-firing Refresh will not be able to get the kill. TMB is going to arrive on time. Yes, he will, but somehow Fino is going to stay alive. It doesn't matter, though. Another map point here for Preasy, 12-11. Things are not looking great for Sampi.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Just thinking about the fact that losing a player even after the clock, that just hits the economy a big time. And now the question, what can we actually see from the last rounds here? Could it be an overtime? Is it possible for them to actually bring this back home?
Oh my!
Push coming in from Banana. That's going to be a double shot coming in from Eli. A nice way to actually start it off.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. You might want to fight Banana early. It is risky, very risky, but you can see you can catch a couple of players unprepared. And Vielef, who's been delivering so hard here for his team on this second map. That is a big double kill. Crystal the Deagle, though, not able to land the shot. 5 versus 2. We might see overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. Nade on CT, and Zetko going to shut down. Altex leaving just one. Refresh. 1 versus 5. Breaking that smoke and going for a 5, but there's another one there. Fresh by Sampi. The first kill, okay, that's a good one. You have one more player low HP. He gets a second frag on Fino. Refresh and 1v5 on Inferno. Well, it is history, but not this time. Savannah's going to shut him down. Sampi take us to overtime.
The fact that actually Inferno is going to be in a map that looks a little bit better for the side of Sampi and not Ancient. The map that was their own pick, that they seem to be a little bit comfortable there at the start. Preasy, well, they're getting a little bit melted here, but at least they get back to that overtime. So it's not going to be the worst spot to be at, especially thinking about the fact that they were losing at the worst. I think it was 10-6. That some people were leading at that. At that point, that was the 4-round lead that they had, to be honest. Even getting the 11 pretty quickly on as they lose some of those rounds. And Preasy getting to that map point, but they just can't swing it to a win. So, overtime, we'll be stepping in, and this is pretty much just a reset of the map. At the moment, we know that Sampi knows how to play it, so there's not going to be a question about either of the teams knowing how to play the map now. Now the question is, who makes the right calls? At the start here, you really want to win the first round.
Here goes the Elif on Banana once again. Frag grenades on sandbags, and TMB might just fall here. There's a third grenade, but I think Savannah missed. Oh no. It was a perfect call by the Elif, by Sampi, but that third grenade missed its mark. And TMB is lucky to be alive. And even though he's low HP, he's going deep on Banana. Not scared to fight.
Just look at the setup coming in from the side of Sampi at the moment. It seems like most of the players gathered up here in a little bit of a hubble here towards middle. Sometimes we see CTs just chucking nades behind the smoke, so it seems like that hasn't happened that many times for them to feel uncomfortable. Double mollies, that's going to be the smoke for long. They get a little bit more space to work with. Sampi. They could actually go for the A-side push, but it seems like Preasy already rotated an extra player here. Even Banana Control coming in, especially if they now push in without checking that same corner. We have seen that work before. Preasy, off corner, Christo on top of the wall. They might actually lose a player here at the start. Then the question is how close and quickly can they actually push in. Zetko gets a very nice trade. Christo, that might have been just a little bit too much of a bite out of that cake. Quick flash to defend the push. That's going to be the turn away. Oh, Altix gets a kill behind, but the problem is they have full B-side control. They need to go for the retake now.
Nice nade.
That nade is amazing.
Savannah drops to 20 HP. It's a 3 versus 3 here, but Savannah, this smoke is going to cause a lot of confusion, and there it is. Kill found on Refresh, a player on Banana. TMB not able to catch the trade. Flash used by Savannah. Preasy. I don't know how you come back to this. That frag grenade from Altix might just get the kill on Savannah, but let's see where he throws it. In the meantime, TMB has found the frag on Zetko. Getting closer on the retake. Savannah, even though he's low, he gets a kill on Altix, leaving only TMB, but not for long. Savannah with a quad kill. It is Sampi to take the lead on overtime.
Just the dynamic work being done from the Banana towards even to the CT side between those smokes. Savannah. Literally the player with impact here in the first round. We have seen some impactful plays from pretty much every single player. Even the in-game leader already clutching around Sampi. This was exactly what we're talking about. As long as they have that individual performance, and Inferno is definitely possibly won. Let's see how long they can actually keep this up now. Preasy, still of course. They're going to have full money here on these overtimes, so it's not about the money.
Again, the triple H on Banana.
Down. Look at that. Yeah, he's barely alive at this point, but TMB actually comes out with a kill, and Savannah gets dropped as well by that nade. Roy, the Kobe of his life, pretty much. And Sampi, they have been left in a two-man disadvantage at this point. It's going to be very hard to pull around like this back. Upshot misses. It was almost for the right timing. There's a 3-man hold at the moment. Seems like Cristo gets the idea to book it. And if they get some nice entries here, there's a very good possibility the B-side might be actually still lost.
Zetko in the corner. Fino takes down Roy. Zetko, 11 HP remaining. Another flash here. The flashes are good, but the push from Zetko, he's a bit skeptical because he's low HP. And
go for the wall bang. Cristo, wall bang. Please do it.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
the bullets are right in the right spot. Just go for it. Go for it.
Nah, he's good.
Just one shot before you actually leave the site. One shot. We want to see this one.
Is it going to be?
That's Zetko, very low on HP. The read coming in from the CT spawn. Oh, TMB spots the player, but Mangus plays it like a champ. Drops down TMB. A nice important kill. Altix, running backlines, actually drops one. That's going to be Cristo with the kill towards Banana. And the best possible outcome that Sampi could have gone for. With the lurks and everything, they still can't manage to find the access towards the side. That op shot just misses. The second one towards the smoke just can't land a shot here. And Fino tries everything, but he's already been just sandwiched in. That's going to be refreshed with the last kill. And a round for Preasy, making it a tie. For a little while there.
By the Danes, yeah.
Yeah, a little while. There was a little moment, just a little bit of a crack. If that CT push works out differently, they might actually get that B-side at control. We might be actually talking about a retake at the moment.
Well, certainly this time around, Preasy were ready for banana control. I like the idea there from Sampi again with the frag grenade. They're doing good damage, but the kills were missing in the beginning. Now let's see who's going to take the lead on this first half of overtime. Smoke on middle of banana. Haven't seen this one in a while. It's Altix to push on apartments and get the kill on Mangus, and he got away with it. 5 versus 4. Again, Preasy have the better start here, and TMB takes down Zetko. Sampi, again, in a similar situation like last time.
Nice Refresh. To start.
Ooh. No mercy.
Yeah, they're just getting locked down at the moment, especially if Refresh starts to give those double tinks. That's pretty much the start of the end. Savannah, well, still hoping for a kill here. Cristo gets one between the... I'm not entirely sure what he actually grazed there. But it is going to be a 1 versus 5. A very clean round from the side of Sampi. Well, finally, someone actually comes out with one, but the problem is TMB pushes at the right moment as he's not actually focusing on that corner. And Preasy, well, they get enough rounds for it to look good. Refresh almost drops out of the video call. That's
well,
like
we didn't have him in the beginning, but now we do.
Well, that's true. This is better than nothing. Yeah. Not entirely sure from what kind of a bunker he's playing from.
Cristo just waved at us. Did you see?
Oh, that's nice. To be honest, I'm looking at Refresh at the moment. It seems like he has some construction stuff. Maybe he's playing with a 4G mobile network. I'm not entirely sure. Not having the best connection.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Well, the boys in the Sampi house at the moment, enjoying it since 2018. A little bit of a stretch coming in here.
Nice.
You're live laughing about the rounds. Oh, that's actually some very nice tile. For actually the profile for the roof, yeah, looking very good. Sound tiles there.
Yeah.
The colors, a little bit blue there. All right.
Yeah, we can tell that you wanted to be an architect, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That's something I was thinking about in the like in the past, long
it's
past.
not wrong.
To be honest, yeah, I'm actually watching a Christos like the style on the house, that little corner there. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, back to Counter-Strike we go. The second half of the first overtime here. Preasy with the lead, 14-13. Sampi now on the CT side. It's been a while since we've seen him on the defense. They had that comeback from losing 6-1 to making it 6-6, but that fire, well, it's safe to say that it has been extinguished by Preasy a bit. Now let's see them. The double-off setup, it's Fino and Savannah.
Of course, an overtime on map number 2. Just think about it.
Oh,
so many overtimes to CS2. Look at that. That's going to be the first kill from TMB quickly. But the trades are even better. Savannah just stepping in with that op, dropping 2 of them, and Refresh knows he's locked in at the moment. The bomb being left towards the pit. Goes for the quick swing, a tap to the face. AK Supreme. Oh, God. Nice shot for him. And Sampi, well, with the lead that they had, they have been dropped into a 3 versus 3. Still possible for them to win this round, but of course, that shakes you up a little bit.
Oh, the scope. Vino is going for a fight on mid. I think it was heard. Oh, the timing is insanely close. Now, Fino's going to go B, thinking that, okay, there was nothing on mid, so the pressure will be on Mangus, and he's been playing good, and he's delivered on the defense on this A side. It's a contact play by Preasy. They will not throw a single grenade here, and Mangus will be the first to fall. So now good luck, Fino, with the op. He gets a kill on Roy. Flash out high. He goes for another shot here. He knows where 2 players are, looking for that wallbang. That was close. The frag grenade flies in, and he deals some good chip damage to Refresh, but it will be the 2 versus 2 retake.
Yeah, Mangus really needed that first shot quickly. The problem is he just gets annihilated towards pit, and that leaves Preasy with the control of that A side with that bomb down. Even a new smoke being covered for long. Oh, Savannah. Or actually, sorry, I think that was yeah, that was actually Fino. Here's the step of that, here's the bloom. That smoke knows that there's no way they can actually get in from long so far. So a push coming in from short, a smoke towards the pit, and Eli will be the one to actually lead it in. That Molotov splits the players in half, but Eli gets a very nice frag, goes for the second one, but Fino with the kill, but that Molotov, is it enough time? Yes. Of course it is. Sampi, they pull around, literally up from nowhere. And there were so many opportunities for Preasy to win that round straight up.
2 versus 3. Fino getting that kill on those players coming out of apartments is so important. This one on Roy. And then the smoke on pit to force out Altex, and the Elif having the read there. He's playing so well on Inferno. Maybe he doesn't have 30 or 40 kills, but the Elif, he's been doing most of the things right here. Incredible impact. And the entire squad of Sampi is good, but he has still 2 more rounds to win to tie the score here on the grand final.
Yeah, you can see the bombardment towards Banana at the moment. Preasy, they're angry. They really want to make some damage here at the start. I think that was 3 nades, even a Molotov on top. You even get the double Molotovs just to take care of the close corner hold. Meanwhile, Sampi, they're just chilling. They don't really care. Defensive spots, not really going for anything crazy here. And Preasy, well, it's been left in a little bit of a checkmate situation. Neither of the sides really going for anything crazy. First shot for Savannah. Drops down, refresh, and the trade, well, it cannot be found. B side comes out victorious, and they still have a ridiculously good hold. Preasy, do they let Sampi get onto that 15? Now the question is it going to just be a B side push, or is this a fake now? They still have the utility to go for the execution. And for them to spend it all on B side, that might be a little bit of a problem if they decide to go for the A side swing. Sampi already dropping a 3rd player towards the map. Oh, this is definitely going to be an execution now.
3 players on the beat defense here from Sampi, including the AWP, and Fino is waiting for the perfect time to break that smoke. And there he goes. Roy's going to eliminate Zetko. Flash out high. Savannah is in trouble with that op, and Fino is going to push the smoke and try to help his teammate. There's already a player on site. Fino is going to eliminate Roy. Somehow, Savannah is still alive on Dark, and Fino through the smoke is going to catch Altix. Okay, TMB with 1 HP, and Crystal, and they both have ops. Fino is holding patiently, and Crystal, the quick scope is there to deliver the frag on Fino. Mangus and the Yellow, they both have frag grenades, and there might be more than enough to get the frag on TMB, but he gets a shot on Mangus, and that is only the Eliv left. Frag grenade, TMB is dead. Now, Christo was on Dark, but he has the angle covered here with the op and the jump. It's a leg shot by the Eliv. Christo's going to pick up the AK, and the pre-fire is there by Christo. Preasy. Map point 15-14.
I have to say, this was one of those rounds where barely, neither of the sides really making any mistakes after that push. It was just great individual performance again and again and again. Fino actually threw that smoke, gets that important kill against Altix, and it's still not enough. The problem is, From Construction actually drops from that ledge. That's pretty much what killed him. He had the better corner, he had the right side shoulder peek, everything plays for him. He knows there's a player behind the coffins, and it just isn't enough. A round like that for Preasy to bring it to a 15, especially Roy here with the first entry already. No. Oh, that has to suck.
Oh, there's 4 versus 5 now. TMB, there will be pressure from Banana, and he takes down Zetko. The Yellow with 1 frag, but Altix is going to shut him down. Is this going to be the end of Inferno? Mangus and Savannah need to save Sampi here to take us to another overtime, but it's not looking very easy, but they don't go checking Boiler, and Mangus gets a big double kill. Now Savannah, both players are 1 shot away from death. Coming in with that M4, he doesn't have the op this time around. Altix and Refresh.
Both of the players so low. Think about it, both of the players so low. This M4 definitely could go for the retake here. Refresh, he's not going to be ready for Savannah to actually be pushing from stairs for a second here. He gets the better angle, but if he doesn't hit the first shot, of course he does. Oh god, for a second, it looked like Savannah. He had the right idea on a push, but just gets flatlined. Preasy, after a long map, they actually do bring the overtime into a victory. And here we are. 2-0 start for Preasy, looking very good and crispy, but getting a little bit questionable there at the end. Sampi showing us a very good Inferno in a way.
I'm not going to call that good at the end. It was good, but it wasn't good because you were winning 10-6. In my eyes, that should have been a victory for Sampi in regulation. And round number 22 was so important. I think it was that 3 versus 4 where Sampi pushed on B and TMB gets that one very important frag. And it's the whiff from Fino on Ruins, and then the whiff from Zetko, taking him 15 bullets to get a kill on the player on the back. You can see that they crumbled under the pressure. And that should have been a victory for Sampi on regulation. But even on overtime, Savannah, man, with that op, with that secondary op on the CT side, he got 2 kills on the first round, 1 kill on the second, and Fino did his magic there at the end, and TMB is so lucky to survive versus Savannah with 1 HP, and with 1 HP he got the frag on CT. It's all of these small little details that build up, and at the end, Preasy, they do win the round, but truth be told, I think Sampi really deserved the victory on Inferno.
Yeah. To be honest, I always think about the word deserved, because every time you think about the fact that you either win it or you don't, and the winners, well, they deserve it, and the losers, well, they don't. But in a way, when you look at that game, we were pretty much counting them off at the start. They're not going to win this map. It's not even going to be close, especially with the start that Preasy had. It was like 5-0 at the first part. Then they start to win those rounds. They start to actually bring it a little bit closer. It starts to look good, and then we see the meltdown. That's the problem with experience. When you don't have it, you just don't have it. You don't really know what to do in some of those situations. Especially we saw that new box spray. That could have been the end for Preasy already. And it just doesn't happen. Preasy, they keep coming and making actually those rounds work round after round. And here we are, a 2-0 lead.
Well, we can't say on this moment that Preasy won the map, but Sampi won our hearts, and the good news is it is not over for them yet. Well, not good news, but the bright side is that it's not over for them yet. We got more Counter-Strike to come ahead. Overpass is the 3rd map of the final, and that is the choice of Sampi. We will be taking a break and then coming back to see what these teams will show us on Overpass.
Oh, this time around we're going straight to the game.
Straight to the game we go. Over past the third map of the grand final, and Preasy needs just one more map to be crowned back-to-back-to-back champions. Donut.
Yeah.
What are you expecting?
Great CS.
Well, put it very simply, yep. We did see great CS on the previous maps too, so nothing out of that one. But are we going to get a fourth map or not?
That's the question. Okay, we're hopping straight into the duel, so that's going to be DMV. TMB is not actually getting the first kill. That's going to be Roy Altex already shutting a few of these players down. Setco, the only one with the train. Meanwhile, towards long, that's going to be Christo to win the long fight. And some they have been left in a little bit of a sandwich here. An awkward spot, even a push coming behind. TMB drops down E-Live, and this is just a little bit of a questionable round. Setco has to go absolutely nuclear to win this one.
Roy is going to be the one to put him out of his misery, and Preasy completely destroys Sampi on this pistol round, and they are feeling it. They know that they are close, and like we mentioned in the beginning, we don't usually see reverse sweeps. I actually don't know if I ever saw one. I can't even remember. I don't know. It might be the first, but Sampi losing the pistol there is... well, not what we were looking for, but let's see it.
Yeah, well, this could be it. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a cheaper round, so Preasy with the best opportunity here to start off with a great game, as long as they don't get slept by that Deagle. It's very rare to actually see that one Deagle buy to actually come up with a win, but still, some teams, they decide to go for it. Especially with these clocks, as long as they win that first weapon, that usually turns around its tits just a little bit. Close mid push coming in from Setco. It's got to be the one to lead it. He wants these trades. It's got to be his teammate to just bait the shots. Altex starts to think about the opportunities here for the T side, so decides after a few shots to back off. That's going to be the best possible outcome for him. Oh, he might actually farm some money in about a second. Look at this. The straight coming in for Sampi. In front of him. They're very close. Oh, the MP9. It's got a rock from this angle. That's the first shot. That's inside the bathrooms here. Even gets the second one. That's going to be $1,200 for him. Roy steps in with one. Setco gets the one kill, but that is not going to be enough for them to win it. Especially when the only weapon they can actually pick up is that MP9. Altex with the third kill of the round. And that is only Savannah left. Close to the edge there. Pretty much hoping for him to sleep this corner. And Altex plays it a little bit better. Leaves a little bit more space for him to pretty much choke himself at this point.
Savannah. He's picked up the MP9. And now the C4. 13 seconds remaining. And on this A side, it will be impossible to plant the bomb. I don't think Preasy are going to allow it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 No. Don't give them the money. That's the right decision. That's a lot of money for Altex here. The question is he going to stick to the MP9? To be honest, he could farm some more money towards the connector with that weapon. Maybe even grab a weapon.
Yep.
And that could be a lot of money in the bank for the next upcoming rounds. Or are we going to see an upgrade? Sometimes you actually see the decision to go for example, an M4 drops down to P9, but MP9, and that's pretty much what happened. Went for the M4, dropped the MP9 for TMB. Alright.
And Christo has an AWP on this first gun round. And when it comes to overpass, having that up on the CT side is very important. And with the way that Christo has been performing on Ancient and Inferno, Sampi, this is now going to be an easy first half. Short control for Sampi. Preasy with 3 defenders on that B side.
It seems like Sampi at the moment, they feel very comfortable playing a few seconds off the clock, not really feeling the urge to go for any of the rushes. And this is their map pick, so seems like they're just treading the waters here at the start. Nice Molotov to push down the players, and actually I think they heard the steps from them dropping down.
Yeah.
Gives a little bit of information.
Sampi looks like they want to go for the boost here. And Refresh is very vulnerable. He will be seen. But no. Altex going to take down Fino. That was on long. And there will be no trade by Sampi. Flashes, yes, some pressure on B, but nothing really to commit here. Mangas, okay, that's a frag on Altex. Christo is going to respond quick though. The numbers favor Preasy here and time is running out, and Sampi have no utility whatsoever. Just the AKs to frag, and the Elif getting one kill here would be huge. TMB taking some damage with the MP9 and firing through the smoke. He's going to tag the Elif, and he will fall, but here's Zetko. One kill found, yes. Can he find more though? The rotations have arrived from Preasy. We got Roy in heaven, and he gets one kill already on Zetko and Savannah. Yes, he plants a bomb, but winning the round is going not to be possible. Yeah. A nice try there.
Drops a couple of players. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. They're definitely going to go for the pick for those weapons, but not the worst way to close down the round from Preasy. Of course, losing a few players that they didn't really want to go for, but it is what it is. Sometimes to win a round, you need to sacrifice. I have to say, Sampi, they pretty much went for every single idea on that round. They even threw the flashes on top of Monster, really reading the game from the backlines without any information. This time around, it didn't work, but maybe in the future rounds, when they start to actually see some of these Preasy holds, we might actually see the right executions. This is starting to kind of freak me out a little bit. To be honest, at the moment, I'm looking at TMB's angle. He looks like he lives in a house that doesn't have any furniture.
Just boys being boys. A PC and a bed. That's
Sometimes you don't need more. Just a couch.
Yep.
Just a couch and a computer. That's enough for us. Achtun.
Yeah. Now Sampi, they planted the bomb, and they will be able to buy again. But again, they are very limited on utility. I don't really like this. Especially when you're against the op. How are you going to see? Connector? No Molotovs? Altex will just sit there. And he gets a frag on Savannah. That's only the first threat to Sampi. A nice jiggle peek there. And here's a flash. Altex takes down Zetko, but Fino and Mango's respond quick. There's one more player on that defense though, and Roy playing close. Fino is not going to check the corner, and Roy took a discipline. It's Mangus to clear the left side and saves his teammate. That is a huge frag to find. Now TMB and Refresh. 2 versus 3. That smoke from Mangus missed, apparently.
Look at the push coming in from back. That's going to be TMB on a long rotation at the moment. Long lurk. At the moment, he needs Refresh just to calm down for a second, so he's not going to go down first. If TMB could actually surprise one of these players, that could be the way for them to get inside that side. But Sampi, 25 seconds left on a retake here. The question is, can they make the mistakes? Are they aware of it? Oh, it's going to be a call-out for the save. Yeah, it just took a little bit too long. TMB, well, is a little bit off in that rotation timing. It's okay. Meanwhile, they could actually get some of these weapons, which is going to be, well, the best outcome in a way.
Oh, no.
Well, okay, or not.
Not a single bullet landed, and that was a free kill.
Well, at least it's got to be the bomb to take care of one, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. TMB kind of slopping there.
Sampi, they get on board. It wasn't looking great. Altex got 2 kills, 3 versus 5. And like I mentioned, no utility. How are you going to deal with the ops and the hits on the sides? Well, apparently they're just going to shoot faster than Preasy. Famas an MP9 and 2 M4s for Preasy. No off for Christo and no diffuser for the CT side. Sampi have a good chance here to come back after that slow start.
Well. A very slow round. For them to play a few seconds off the clock. Might be the best way to go. Already grilling Preasy a little bit on that previous round. Now the question is, can they read the second one as well? 2 rounds in a row could be the best way to start off an overpass like this after losing 3. And it's going to be the smoke for the middle to cover it up for Christo. One angle already being dropped out. It's going to be the swing from Connector. Quick trade comes in, and it's going to be for the side of Sampi. But Christo goes absolutely ballistic from the bathrooms. That smoke actually plays for the side of Preasy a little bit more. Yeah. Surprises the Sampi on that swing. And, well, a mad advantage. And Preasy, they could actually do a lot with this one now.
And Altex with that MP9. Is on mid on Fountain. Sampi, the bad news is they are split up. 1 on B and 1 on A, but Preasy, they've left the A side completely open in the hands of Altex because he got the rotations from Connector, but what they don't know is that the Elif is already on Banana. But of course, he cannot really move freely. And the lineup, he gets both frags, and now it's just Altex in connector. Now the LA, what do you do? Do you go back B? I don't think so. 15 seconds remaining. You have to commit to that A site, and Altex, he hasn't made a single noise. Huge double kill by Savannah, and now Altex, there is no defuse kit. Remember, so this is pretty much over.
I have to say that spray down was one of the best spray downs we've ever seen on the attack. All Preasy players literally just lining up for Savannah. And one of those 2Ks that pretty much opens up the round entirely and pretty much wins it off the bat too. So Altex, just saving that up for the next round. Literally nothing else he can really do in his round like this. So, Sampi, I have to say that was a very good round for Preasy to win it. But Sampi, they actually bring it back with, I have to say, with a little bit of luck. Every now and then. It's a lot of skill, but just a little bit of luck.
Yeah. Big multi-kill from Savannah. Sampi, round number 2, the yellow will die to the bomb once again like last time, but the good news is you've broken the economy of Preasy. But they do have that AWP. And that can be dangerous in the hands of Crystal. Who got a huge double kill on Famas.
Very talkative as well. Yeah, look at that. Just the lineup for the players. Double kill coming in there. Not even a question. The second you saw those players line up, you knew that was going to be a double.
Yeah.
And that's one of those questions that maybe Preasy, in unknown situations, they're getting a little bit too active. Because you see some of the, especially in Tier 1, you see some of the teams when they lose some players, or even if it's like a one-man advantage, there has been a little bit silence on the server. You see them getting a little bit antsy. They want to get that information to be on top of those calls. But here, Preasy, it's a little bit unlucky as well, but they pretty much just step into a duel that they really didn't need to even go for. If they just stuck behind the boost wall, that retake was going to be easy for them. So, maybe throwing a little bit too much wood into the fire sometimes, being way too active, might play against you.
Could be.
Yeah.
Timeout from Preasy, and they decide to go for the force fight. The up on Crystal, Famas, MP9, and Sampi are going to change the pace with a B rush here. And we got 3 defenders from Preasy. It can be very interesting. Manga's jumping out of that smoke, and here he goes. The Mac 10 kill on TMB, and the LF has found refresh, and Mangus is looking hungry for more, and he's going to go for the chase, but it ends there. He's got complete control of this B side and ABC, and it is round over.
Yeah, they're going to go for the save. And to be honest, that was one of the coolest looking pushes that we've ever seen on B side. Just to actually jump through that smoke directly to the backside of that water. And that kill, that was like an action movie.
We need to see more of that.
Yeah, to be honest, that could
Push
actually change the game quickly.
Break the rules. Catch your opponent with
like
their
bring
pants
back
off.
those 2v2k days, you know?
Yeah.
When you couldn't trust absolutely anything on the server. It actually took, if I remember correctly, back in the days, it took even Fnatic a little while for them to actually get into the game against them. You couldn't just turn around in the smoke.
Yep.
You go for information, anti-flash. Oh, there's Tui. How you doing?
How you doing? No, I actually
good times.
Was a huge fan of Stewie. I binded my alt key to say sup. Yeah, you know what he says. Sub B. Every time I got a zoo skill or push the smoke. And boy, I got so annoying to play against. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. You're gonna get some feedback from that.
Yeah.
Of course, that era was kind of interesting. We got actually a very many like individual playstyles on that meta. For example, you had like the happy lurks. You had like the even Rob's coming up with his own lurks. The timing kills, just the Oppers reigning supreme back in the days when it was Kenny Ass.
Yeah.
CS was very interesting back then, but now we've got to a point where pretty much everybody knows how to play, especially Christo, just executing that push. That is going to be, well, a barber shot. That's what I like to call it. A free haircut. Savannah, looking fly now.
Preasy, they got so much information off of that frag that they rotated the entire, well, 4 players towards this A site, with Roy being on long, and we got another boost here. Christo looking for another frag, and he is not very far away from that one, and he's going to get the kill on the Eliv. This off, and look at TMB and Connector. Sampi, they want to go back, but TMB, He's sitting in the
They're playing
corner
the
waiting
so
for that
well.
door to get opened, and here he goes! A whiff from TMB, but maybe the information might be sufficient here. Frag grenade available.
To be honest, if he stays alive, that's gonna be enough.
Yeah. 3 versus 5 for Sampi. How do you recover from this? Refresh has got the AK and he has a good angle, and he gets a free frag on Zetcom. Mangus with a trade. He needs to plant that bomb because that's basically the best case scenario for Sampi. The flames are making life difficult, and Altex with the spray says, "Get out!"
The whole side was burning against his team, trying to get into that smoke in panic. Oh, that round is done, and you have to call it. An op shot to the face at the start of the round, that has to be a little bit too excessive.
Yeah, and
Just a bullet
Preasy,
to the
they
dome.
knew most likely Savannah is the only one lurking towards B, so they took immediately control of B Monster and B Short, and they had so much information.
Oh, yeah, look at Christo. He looks almost like a god being blasted with that sun. Having a good time at the moment on the server. The boost working out so well, and to be honest, I'm actually a little bit curious with the thoughts from Savannah to actually go for that swing after spotting that op on the left side of that corner. Maybe he actually wasn't believing that it was Christo with that op. Maybe it was just a pistol.
No, he didn't know.
Just something. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, of course. He only saw the feed on that boost, so...
I don't think the feed
he did
showed
react
on
to
that
it.
run boost. He had no
think
vision
he reacted because
whatsoever.
it was, yeah, I think it was very close to the edge. He actually saw the feed because he reacted to the push. I'm not entirely sure, though. Maybe we need to check it in the demos.
Yeah.
Well, Altex starting off the round pretty well. That's gonna be the first kill there. Zetko is the one to go down. Meanwhile, they do actually have a decent buy here, so it's not the end of the world. AK is still alive. And Fino with that up, even a man advantage is still possible for the side off Sampi, especially on a map like this. The push coming in, it's gonna be the double push. Someone does win the first line of that fight, but it's gonna be a refresh with the second one. So, not a bad way to go. And a minute left on the clock. Preasy with the kills that they pretty much need to hold down to the round like this.
The LF, this duel is going to be important, and Reaper is going to shut him down. Doesn't take a single point of damage. Now, Mangus and Fino versus 4. It's not looking great here for Sampi. They're not very interested on that B hit. Might just save their weapons at this point. You don't really want to throw them away.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like at the moment. 35 seconds left on the clock. Just to leave it here. And the question is... They have been trying a few things here and there. It's going to be the slow rounds, a little bit quicker rounds. Going for individual pushes, even kills. Not really... Some of them working, some of them not. Now the question is, what's the read against Preasy at the moment? Because they're pretty active on the CT side as well. Trying new stuff all the time. Not really giving that much space for them to play with. Which is kind of right. Now the question is, on a map this large, what is the right opportunity? Is it going to be like a long rush towards grass over there? They have money to go for the buy though, so...
Yeah. Saving those guns was important.
Yeah. Maybe some individual peaks here. There's still rounds to be played for, so it's not that scary yet.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure. Seems like the side of Preasy at the moment very relaxed. And to be honest, throughout this game, we haven't really seen any players shake that much.
Nah, they've been there before.
Yeah, yeah, comfortable. Comfortable. Sometimes you can see some of the players just trash shaking all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, either you're hyped up with energy or you are shaking for a reason. Well, round starts and there's a little bit of a push towards connector, but it's a standard round for Sampi. They're just pretty much spreading across the map, trying to gain as much information and control as they can. And while Preasy, for a round like this, they still seem to be a little bit active here.
They want that short control because they got Altex inside connector. And this can work out pretty well. Sampi need to be careful. And this is the thing, Preasy, they got proactive last time around too, and they know where you are. Sampi, it feels like they are not applying a lot of pressure. Well, that flash is good. Roy is so blind, and the Elif is going to eliminate him. That's a good play. Mangus versus the Op. The crosshair placement is good, but the Jiggle Peaks really gave it away. And Altex gets the frag on Fino. The flash from Crystal to assist and go for another fight. And Altex is going to get another kill. 4 versus 2.
Crystal looks so sturdy with the Op at the moment. He's not getting baited out. He's really landing like most of the shots needed. And to be honest,
Yep.
a little bit over that as well. He's looking very good on the server. A lot of impact, especially winning that one round by himself, pretty much. Meanwhile, a second op shot and the swing just hits. Doesn't matter. It's not a wrist-breaking flick, but there was a few meters for him to go for a swing there, and actually hits it, and pretty comfortably as well. It's kind of, I have to say, when we came to CS2, we had a few questions about the ops, especially as the game wasn't really updated to the standard where we liked it to be. But right now, we have actually seen a flux of new oppers coming out. And the question is CS2 actually better for the oppers than in CSGO? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know.
That's a question.
It's a good question, but I don't have the answer.
It is a little bit different, but the question is it different in a way that it might actually support the new players?
Could be.
Hmm.
Altex has been doing great, and he wants to keep progressing. 12 kills to his name. He hears the status against the Deagles, and he's been spotted. Facility available, frag grenade thrown, and the support is there with the flash, but it doesn't matter. Zetko shuts him down. So, although one kill doesn't really mean a lot here. But there's a second by Savannah, and Refresh is going to get that trade. Roy eliminates the Eliv. We got Chris over that op as well on the A defense, and Refresh will be ready in case Sampi wanted to go back towards B from Connector.
Oh, the weapon been dropped. So that means that he's gonna go for the first information just to jump on top of that wall, but Refresh stacks it. Bodies in front of the door. Doesn't matter. A 4K for the brother. And at the moment, he's doing a very good job with that crosshair. I have to say, they didn't actually feel like they had a chance of that push.
Nope. Let the bodies hit the floor. Refresh.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
Dope.
it is. It just reminded me, look at this is so clean. And you know, we talked about Sui2K earlier. There's a pistol round on overpass where he just demolishes. I don't know who it is on the pistol round, but he plays so good with the USP. Either way.
Definitely.
7 rounds for Preasy. They're taking control now on overpass. Sampi, this is not good news. You need the remaining 2 rounds on this first half. Holding for any aggression on short because Preasy, they have always been proactive. And we got TMB with a secondary sniper here.
I just want to see one of these shots land. Usually it feels so bad underneath your stomach when a shot like this hits from the short. You know it's over. First line of defense. Well, pretty much cracks down as TMB is going to leave that short. Doesn't really hit the first bullet. I was kind of waiting for that to hit. But it seems like something they're aware of. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Altex is just stacking bodies at the moment. That's going to be the double kill for him. Fino finally gets the trade at least. That's going to be TMB to go down. Not having the best game today, but it's okay. Preasy still doing fine as the logo is burning. And Sampi on their own map pick. They're not left with a lot of rounds to play around with here. Altex with a triple already. This is starting to look a little bit problematic if they don't win any more T-side rounds.
And it doesn't look like it, honestly. Savannah and Fino, a 2 versus 4 is needed. Smoke on short, Refresh is going to have the shadow advantage, and he takes down Savannah. Now Fino with this up is not going to survive. Refresh takes him down. Preasy, 8 rounds on the defense already. Sampi, timeout should be good here. The coach is trying to hype them up, keep their heads in the game, keep the momentum, even though there doesn't look like a lot, and you can't blame them. Because it's not been going good. The closest we've ever been, 3-3. But after that, yeah. Preasy 5 rounds in a row. And Altex, my god, he's been putting up a show. 15 frags to his name on the CT side. He's playing aggressive, he's getting multi-kill rounds. Incredible impact.
Yeah, and to be honest, pushing at the perfect timing as well. On the previous round, he just gets the double kill, gets back, knows when to push again, gets the easiest kill of his life. And to be honest, it doesn't really give them even a chance to come back. Meanwhile, Zetko is going to want to actually open the kill against the Altex, of course. Yeah, makes me eat my own words, of course. Okay, every now and then it happens, it's okay. Sampi, if they could actually win the last round here, before on the board, but the problem is Christo not actually hitting a shot. A bit of a sleeve being shown. Yeah, and I was thinking about the same as well. She's the shadow. Is ready for the second push. That flash takes him out for a second. But Christo's still feeling aggressive. He's being given the opportunity and the control to go for the plays. Meanwhile, Roy on top of the boost gets a double kill. That's going to be a beautiful way to start it off. Gets even the triple. Elive, the only one to drop refresh, but it's going to be Christo and Roy. Roy just finding a very good spot. And I think that was a 4K on that round. Looking very
Three
good.
for sure. Don't know about the fourth, but either way.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened with the third kill in that round. Didn't really see that one, but Roy is looking very good here at the start too. Already from Ancient, we start to see some of those entries coming in. So he's been having a good day.
9 rounds for Preasy on what could be the last map of the grand final, Sampi. They fought really well on Ancient. Hello, Christo. Alright.
Okay.
Standing up to feel himself a bit. That's always
We
good.
peeked behind a veil there.
Yeah.
So Roy with 98 ADR, that's going to be all that with 131. That's insane.
Insane, man.
Yeah, that's some like donk level performance. Oh, of course, we have seen some like highly numbers since PS2 came out, but we have seen some new talent come out that have felt very comfortable since the start of the swap in this game. So it's kind of cool to see them perform.
Yep, the new era of Counter-Strike, we can call it.
Yeah.
But let's see the second half. Sampi, they desperately need this pistol round if they are thinking to win this tournament. We got to be hit by Preasy. Savannah with the dualies. He gets blinded, and he still delivers a frag. And the second by Savannah, and a third on Chris. A quad kill by Savannah! Sampi needed something like this. And Savannah delivers. It's only Altex, but Savannah is going to get the ace with the dualies there. Sampi.
Okay.
Round number 4, and he's ice cold. Not a single smile.
That is an insane 5K that we have seen. But I have to say, that flash was one of the best flashes I've ever seen in my life. Every single player flashed except the last pusher from short, but he can't just land the shot. The problem is even the player is so confused on behind that pillar.
Oh,
Savannah.
my.
I think every single bullet was used from those dualies. Look at this.
Beautiful. The guy just doubled his kills in 1 round.
That works out. The quick short push doesn't really work out this time around, but it's okay. Well, off to round number 2 on the second half here. That's going to be Fino with a quick catch from middle. It's just going to be a very cheap round from the side of Preasy. They're not really going to stress it out too much. Just with the Glocks. Trying to maybe go for a few peeks here and there. The question is, Sampi, will they be giving any of these weapons away? Nice catch from middle. That's going to be Fino with an active peek there. Even behind his fountain, spots the player. That's going to be MP9 to step in. 3 kills, 1,800 bucks share between those players. A good round for them not to lose a weapon. But now, this is the point where it gets serious. It's the gun rounds. It's all fun and games when you get that ace on the pistol round. You get the quick mop-up against the Glocks. But when those AKs start to ram inside that server and they start to get those headshots, are you still smiling? That's the question.
Let's see. And it's good to see Fino get the double kill there, get a bit active because he's been very quiet, and they need that up on the CT side. He can be one of the key players for Sampi to turn things around here. We got the MP9s, and Zetko is interested on aggression. We got 2 players on playground from Preasy. Christo, of course, holding the smoke, spraying through it. Zetko waiting for the perfect time, and Christo doesn't know that he hit Zetko. I don't think so. Zetko has an opportunity here to get a multi-kill, but he's being watched constantly. Well, still delivers 1. That's the MB falling. That's the bomb. Zetko, a second frag on Christo. The individual stepping up here. A 3rd frag from Zetko. Are you kidding me? With that MP9, he's doing so much, and he was low HP for the 2nd and 3rd frag.
Just farming money like it was a Wednesday at the moment. This dude is just stacking bodies. I'm not entirely sure how they're letting him go with these kills. Especially, he can actually pick up an AK. That's exactly what he's going to go for. And already, money being forward for the upcoming rounds. As long as they actually keep these weapons alive, this is going to be insane for the side of Sampi. They're going to look very good after a run like this. And Zetko, eyeing that bomb, refreshing Altex, very close, making that noise. If he goes for the full ace, I'm going to just lose my shit. Oh my god! That was a bullet away from a 2nd ace. Fino.
Oh my.
That's actually a little bit harsh for you to steal that kill.
Yep. But still, Zetko, a huge quad kill. We saw Savannah with the heroics to start of the second half, and then Zetko. How the hell does he get these 2 frags? This last one on Roy, the MP9, man. Close range can be so deadly. And then he got a 4th. Sampi, this is the perfect way to start the second half, winning the first gun round flawlessly, not dropping a single player, building that cash, and now you got AKs on the CT side. Preasy back to the pistols.
All right, so a nice quick round there. Meanwhile, it's got to be the Deagles on the side of Preasy. To be honest, it doesn't even look like it at the moment that Sampi feel any of the pressure needed. It seems so good at the moment on the picks. Fino starts it off with a kill on towards Altec. Again, that's going to be Mangus to step in with one. Roy actually gets one of those trades. At least something works out with that.
Nice.
Nate is just a heat seeker. That's just an airstrike coming in from the A side. Hello and welcome towards middle. Roy is still waiting for somebody to peek from long. Oh, just a little bit off on that timing. Doesn't matter. And that's a minute being left and played. Meanwhile, Refresh still just juggling the utility here. The question is, what can Preasy even go for a situation like this? To be honest, they have the numbers to maybe win this round. The problem is, it just seem a little bit too disorientated at the moment to go for any of these pushes. Okay, that's going to be a good way to start it.
Another Deagle headshot here from Preasy and Sampi. You need to be careful.
It's like a vending machine at the moment.
Really quick.
Like, you put a jump into it, and there might be a replied Deagle shot to the face. That's the surprise. Well,
Savannah is in a good position, though.
Oh, look at the push coming in from behind.
Here's the flank, and he gets the kill on TMB. Going for more here. Refresh in the meantime, looking for a trade on this A bomb site. Turning his back, and he will get the kill on Savannah. Here's the reaction. The L-Live takes him down, and Roy, he spotted both players there, so he knows that B side is clear, but by the time he tries to get to B...
Wait a minute, neither of the players really rotated. This is going to be a clear plant to Roy.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Where did he...
no time.
He didn't go for the plant.
He didn't have time.
He had the time if he ran directly to the site. He just didn't believe it.
Either way, it's Sampi to get another round, and this one got too close for comfort. And now they are just 2 rounds away from tying the score.
I think Roy was really sure about the players being on top of heaven already. He wanted to go for the first fight, but I'm not sure if he was paying attention to the time. He had almost 5 seconds on that short. Definitely if he runs to the cover, he could actually go for the bomb plant. But now he only saves the weapon for the next round. And to be honest, on that 1 versus 2, that was a very possible for him to actually win that.
Yep.
All right.
Timeout used by Preasy. And now they got a full buy. Sampi, we finally see the op out for Fino. Before this, he had an AK, and before that, the MP9. And like I mentioned, I think the op is going to be very important here for the CT side. So let's see round number 17.
They are getting a little bit closer in some of these rounds, but the problem is that Sampi, they're still locking it down. And that gives them just a little bit of a better mentality for the next round. Meanwhile, fully blind. I'm not entirely sure why Zetko decided to stick in towards that middle fight. A double swing coming in behind those smokes. Maybe he was not really waiting for that to happen. But that's a nice entry for the side of Preasy. For them to make this a possible 10. Of course, some people have seen them pull out some rounds out of their behind so far. Especially with the individual performance, anything is possible here.
Fino holding connector with the off from short, and this is a good angle. Altex is going to walk into that, and he gets the first frag, and the second by Fino on TMB, looking for the third. Fino, another individual round here by another Sampi player, but Crystal and Roy are going to respond quick. Still, one more defender on this B side. It's Savannah, and it's getting close on short, but Roy is holding, and Roy is going to eliminate him, and they know about the L-Live being on heaven because he's throwing utility like crazy. The L-Live tap on that bomb by Crystal, expecting the reaction here. Diffuse kit available, and Roy has rotated from short to monster. But look at the L-Live, all the timing is going to work out in favor of Cristo and Preasy. They will get to double digits. The triple kill from Fino was insane, but it was not enough to win the round.
I was talking about the individual performances, that anything could happen, and of course Fino at that exact point gives us a 3K. The problem is they went for the peaks afterward. They tried to go for the total victory, and that's where the ghost hits up. Anytime you try to go for something like that, you know that's going to be Cristo just holding a corner with an op. That's not going to be a good time. Preasy, air lifted to 10, and Sampi with the best looking round to actually pretty much answer back to those first entries. They pretty much just give it back on a platter.
It is unfortunate, Sampi, that was looking really good, but let's see how well they do now. It's safe to say that they are back. The individuals are feeling themselves, and we saw Zetko, Savannah, and Fino have all incredible rounds with multi-kills. And here's Zetko, getting smoked off.
have already seen some mistakes from pretty much both of the sides, but on the defense, maybe some onward corrections coming in. That's the question, is can they actually fix them? Because the old game has been pretty good. That's going to be Roy and Altex pretty much reading the smoke push coming in from Zetko. And not even the first time it's been attempted. On Preasy's defense, they enjoyed going for those pushes. Op shot works out. Fino will be dropped. Christo, this is exactly what I was talking about. You peek a corner, Christo, the demon, he's just pretty much waiting on the other side of that scope.
Refresh eliminates Savannah. The Elev and Mangus are left. And it's not a good look here for Sampi. TMB closing in from long. The Elev is expecting this. But TMB doing a lot of damage here. 30 seconds remaining. Preasy are going to commit to the A hit, and the Elev, he's out of sight, thankfully. And he will go towards Vank to look maybe for another fight, but I don't think he will be able to do anything.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard for them to swing it. Look at this. Fully smoked out at the moment in defensive spots. With the tail between their legs and a slow round from Preasy, pretty much just opening this up like they were just lock-picking a lock at the moment. Just going for the right responses, going for the right holds, right peaks at the right timing. Christo getting a defensive kill. That is going to be the push kill coming in for Roy and Altex. And that pretty much just opens up the full A side. That is going to be a very hard round to recover if you're any of the CTs. And the question now is, as Sampi, some of these plays are being dropped out of their playbook. What else do they have on their tool belt to hold a CT round now? The pushes hasn't worked. The raw peaks hasn't worked. Preasy, they're starting to win this game. There's not that much time to actually waste here. They need to start answering back right now.
They have to, and the money situation is not looking great. Sampi in a very difficult position. And they got no more maps left. You lost the first, it was close. You lost the second, it was even closer over time. And Overpass is their map pick, but they didn't get a lot of rounds on that first half, only 3, which is not ideal. And we can see how quick Preasy can go to the finish line. Sampi are playing for overtime. Well, they have the M4s, but they haven't invested fully onto this one. The frag grenade is going to deal good damage to Mangus and Zetko. That's
the top net doesn't really find it.
Yeah.
Boost at the moment. Oh my god. He sees the trajectory of that nade, but he never suspected the push coming in from lower E-Live. Reacts to that push just a little bit too late. Now, at least they get a kill from that boost, but the problem is that it seems like they're gonna go for the mid-push and Fino only with a USB. That's gonna be Zetko as well. The players on the first point of contact here on the middle, they barely have any weapons, and one of those M4s already been dropped. Preasy, they're just staring into the barrel of the 12th round here.
Fino will be next to fall. Mangus saving that M4 would mean a lot. Because he can drop an off for Fino and he can charge up with utility and everything he needs. But Preasy, they look like they want to hit A. And we got Mangus and Zetko currently boosted. This would be a good chance, but Preasy are coming from long. So, Mangus, I don't know what to tell you, they're going to swing together. Mangus takes down Refish on the second, but doesn't expect the third player, and Void takes him down. And Preasy, map, match, and championship point here.
I have to say the idea for the long swing was right. Mangus does get the 2 kills needed, but the problem is he needed the third one, of course, like you said. No idea where the last player, or the one of the 2 players last, were standing for him. And that is just, this is getting a little bit anticlimactic at the moment. Sampi, you can see them trying for different pushes at the moment, especially with the buy now. They really need to figure out something that works. That's going to be 5 rounds in a row that they need. And especially with the utility setup here. Seems like they have something underneath the works. A plan. Maybe something that can bring that 8th round on the board and maybe lift those rounds upside down.
Well, let's see if Fino, the first point of contact, Roy is going to eliminate him. 5 versus 4, but Zetko is not going to allow Roy to get away with murder. Altex inside connector. He was a menace on the CT side as well, but the Elev, that's a play that he's not going to expect, and he goes for the second frag flash to bait himself out here. The counter flash is good by Preasy, but the Elev is somehow still alive. A man advantage for Sampi.
we are getting a little bit closer in towards this last fight here. Possible for Sampi to actually take the 8 if they can, but meanwhile Preasy on the brink of actually winning their third. They're a man disadvantage at the moment. Either of the sides that they're going to go for, they need to actually battle and duel all the way up to the bomb plant. Seems like they are going to be retaining that bomb just a little bit closer towards that B side. It seems like that's the way to go. Just the player being left to lurk. TMB doing his all just to try to go for a mid-fight. Could actually bring this back to a doable number. E-Live, Savannah, and Magnus just take it. A full swing and a shutdown for Monster. And a round on the board, Sampi. The question is, can they actually do it now?
Well, that's a good round by Sampi, but it's only the beginning of a very difficult comeback. But it's not impossible. They have to keep reminding themselves that. Preasy, money is not a problem. They got another buy here.
Alright. It's going to be the full swing behind those smokes. Roy will be the one to actually chain this up. Wait a minute, they're not actually stopping here. It's just going to be a full push towards the A side. The first kill has been already picked, even from Connector.
What?
Finds the second one. Roy, just an entry machine. This was what I was talking about. The impact coming in from the entry fragger today is just insane. And that is going to be the 2 key kills for them to actually start off the game. Sampi left in the defensive spot. The last of these players actually going for the B-side push. Savannah gets the first one, goes for the utility. He needs his teammates' help.
Oh, no.
A double entry coming in. Christo with a shot, refresh, shuts it down. And as the last player, it's going to be E-Live, just catching a bullet to the face.
Oh my.
And here we are. Preasy. 3 in a row, they make it happen. Refresh over there. That's going to be Christo just looking sexy on the server. DMP playing a good game. Look at this, all decks. Showing us a few rounds here and there. Being very crisp. And Roy, of course, the entry fragger, just pulling round out of his hat. Look at this lineup. Looking very good.
Back to back to back champions. Congratulations, Christo. You're going to enjoy that one because it's going to be the first time for you, but not the first time for the other members of Preasy. My God, they did show an incredible performance, but Sampi, I gotta talk about them a little bit because I don't think any of us expected them to make it to the grand final. They were the champions of the second division, but it was with a different roster. But they played some incredible Counter-Strike from the lower bracket, and on the grand final, even though it was 3-0, it was not close, especially on the first 2 maps. Sampi had the chance to win Ancient, didn't happen on Inferno. That was an insane comeback from Preasy, but it just feels like more of a draw from Sampi than a comeback from Preasy. Of course, not trying to take away any credit from what they played. And then on Overpass, only 3 rounds on the first half. I think we pretty much knew what was going to happen, although we did see some hope after they started good on the second half, winning the first 4 rounds. But Preasy just reminded them that, hey, we are the boss and we're taking this home.
Yeah, that's exactly the right notion, that Preasy is supposed to be the superior team in this matchup. So nothing being taken away from Sampi. They did have some chances in some of these maps to actually look very good and maybe grab that one map out of them in this best of 5, but it just didn't happen. We saw some of those situations. When it gets close, Sampi was a little bit shaky in those situations, maybe making a few wrong calls here and there. It is okay. That's experience. The great thing is a mid-victory to actually get here to the grand finals and even challenge somebody like Preasy.
Yeah, I mean, Sampi, this is still a W for them, getting this experience. When we talk about experience, the pure example and the difference between the 2 teams was shown on that round on Inferno, the 2 versus 3. Even though Sampi were outnumbered, they had a good chance to win it. But still, Sampi, they should be happy. They played some really good Counter-Strike. They should be proud because they are making a lot of progress. Like I mentioned, the last round that they won the second division, it was with Mattis, who had an insane event, and Mattis is now in Fnatic. But Sampi, what we have here is not one individual carrying the squad. It is the entire team performing together, and they had a very respectable loss versus Preasy. But Preasy, yeah. I mean, coming onto this one, they were the favorites, of course.
Oh,
and winning
definitely.
3-0, I think this is a first.
Yeah, and especially from the side of the individual performers, we just see Roy shooting lights out, getting those entries exactly, especially in that last round, just running into middle, opening up with the first kill towards Banana, then just coming back towards the connector and just mopping the player and just opening it up that A side, easy peasy. The full swing coming back from the B side, everybody else just stepping up to the board, and it was Cristo. We need to lift the player. The stand-in looking ridiculously good on the server. Holy moly. The leading player in this matchup, and doing a very good job with that op, and to be honest, a little bit of a contract might be in the signings. That could be a good call out.
Well, still, he is a free agent, so even if it's not Preasy, Cristo is available for other squads. Fresh and young Opper who is looking hella hungry. I mean, looking and judging from the cameras, he was the one showing a lot of excitement, going, yes, let's go, and everything else. So, love to see that, love to see the enthusiasm. So, yeah, Cristo, we have to highlight him, especially on Inferno for Preasy on that CT side, on the T side as well. And on Ancient, he was a monster on both of these maps. Maybe not so much on Overpass, because it looked like Altex just wanted to be to steal the spotlight there, but either way, Cristo coming in as a stand-in and performing like that is no easy job, because he played some lights out Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah, and even though if we had these uppercoming guys just doing a very good job on the server, ADR off the chain I think it was 135 at some point, just rocking with the op at the moment, just pretty much holding and getting those picks. But at the same time, we actually saw some good plays from, for example, Refresh in some of those situations, stacking bodies, doing the right calls, going for the right plays. And the question is, are we getting a little bit more of a resurgence from Refresh back to the tier 1 seat? Not entirely sure, but
hopefully,
we plays like that, anything could be possible, yeah.
Yeah, because Preasy, when you think of it as a squad, it's not so much as the individuals. They are making some really, really good progress towards that tier 1 scene. At this point, EPL has pretty much turned into their playground, being back-to-back champions. Dare I say that nobody is going to ever break this record, going 3 times as the champions. It just looks like Preasy are feeling really good about themselves, and winning the grand final with a stand-in, that tells you a lot.
To be honest, if they keep this up, I think this is going to be their playground. And maybe in the future we should talk about with HLTV to make like a little symbol, a little trophy that you can actually win to your profile when you actually cover one of these EPL games.
Yeah,
that's the first title for Preasy as well.
True.
The first showing title, not the CCT one.
But once again, I'm going to go back to Sampi because they played some great Counter-Strike. They won the first match versus Mouse and XC, got dropped to the lower bracket, losing versus Passion UA. But speaking of passion, they played with so much passion on that lower bracket run, winning all 3 other matches 2-1. And on the grand final, like I mentioned, it was 3-0, but it was really, really close. So I am really looking forward to see what Sampi are going to cook for the future events. And like we mentioned, they should be proud. Definitely. I guess this is it for this season. Thank you guys for making this one possible to the viewers. I hope you enjoyed this, and surely I did. Thank you, Donut, for buying me cash in this one. Another grand final. It was an absolute pleasure, my brother. And I want to give a quick shout out to the entire crew of EPL. Caps, the producer, Etaroma, and Firza on the observing that they've done an incredible job with the cameras and everything else. And of course, Goodwin and Humaniko, who had fun on the Russian casting as well. Donut, what do you got to say?
I have to say that there was a great season to actually end it up with. Of course, we have the Division 2 starting up, and we're pretty much just waiting for... and we're just pretty much waiting for the teams to actually get it grabbed with, and maybe to see which 2 of those teams are going to be joining us for the main season when it starts, and that's about to be a banger. Will it be Preasy again to win it, or will there be a new contender? That's the question.
Well, follow us on our socials at europeanprofleague_, and we will see you guys next season. Have a great day.
Nice. Here we are.